Yo, what's going on, everybody? Xanthos Vice here, and we are finally back with more Punishing Grey Raven. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Yes, we are finally here to finish the Inverse Crown chapter. Where we last left off, we had finally learned the truth. Who exactly is the individual that is the Chimera? And again, I'll admit, I definitely was starting to lean towards the whole Lucia thing, but it's like, it kind of made sense when you think about it, because again, like the resonance and everything, it made it seem like it was going to be a similar case to last time, but it really isn't. It's not them resonating with the actual person Lucia, it was them reacting to the crown, right? Because it was kind of like a gift or something that Lucia had held in another world. And now that we know that it's actually Joanne who is the Chimera and the circumstances behind it, it's interesting because again, it's not like she meant for it to be for destruction, but she knew the consequences of trying to pass on the crown to this world. But even so, it's like, it's her duty, right? Everyone put their lives on the line so that the crown could be given to the right people. And again, we still didn't really know what happened to the Lucia and commandant of that world that she came from. Did they disappear into the void too? Did they actually die? I don't know. I don't think it was actually the rubble, because I feel like those two would have been like skilled that even if they were in a moment of peace, they would have sensed something, right? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever conclude to that or not, or maybe that's something we'll refer to much later, or maybe it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't always have to be like every single detail has to be like pointed through to that. And some things are like better left like just as an open-ended question. So yeah, now that we know that, and that Lucia/Alpha was bestowed the crown with Lucia's help in retrieving it from Joanne, now it's like, what do we do? And is Lucia safe? And it's hard to tell because I know a lot of people go through rebirth and stuff like that, but the thing that's interesting to me is that this form that's supposed to be Alpha, the name is Lucia, right? And I know it's like they're technically all Lucia and such. I get it, right? Because even this one, Lucia Crimson Weave, and the other one was just Lucia Crimson Abyss Alpha, but I don't know. I thought we'd stick to like the whole contrast of it being Lucia and Alpha, but I don't know. Maybe there's a bit more that we have yet to uncover. Like I said, there's still a good portion left. We should be able to finish it today, and I actually am hoping we do. And as you can see, I finally got the cub. Finally. I have yet to level this stuff up because I'm trying to grind for the mats to level some of these up, like Dusky Voyage and such. So it's not exactly there yet, and the same for the carry skill, but look, I'm just at least glad I have the whole set now of the weapon, Lucia, and the cub. And I'll have to check in on like what the next the next characters are to roll for, because I mean, I'm at least starting to accrue some of these limited ticket things again for when we get another character. But honestly, if I could, I'd try to get the Live Limpidity weapon, so then I can finally use her on my lightning team, because I'll be honest, I'm not getting the best scores in the PPC stuff, the Phantom Cage stuff, when I use Crimson Weave. And I think it's more like, it's just like, it depends on the enemy whether she's better to use as the DPS on the team, or whether you should use a Live for it, right? And again, it's like, if I want to utilize her to the best abilities, I would need her weapon, but I don't even have her, I have her double S rank, but it's like, I also need to get the weapon, and then the weapon skills with the resonance and all that, and it's just another thing that I'll have to work on and figure out. But in the meantime, that's just something for the future. Right now, we have to focus on this. Yeah, so we are now only 6 parts into this, to the finale of this. And I definitely think we should be able to finish it, because again, most of the storytelling points we've already gone all caught up with, right? And again, I'm sorry to the madam for thinking that she was going to be the enemy, when in fact she was actually one of the other people to help us, like, pass on the crown to another world. So, but there's still a couple questions that remain, because supposedly Aisling knew where Joanne was going to be thanks to Vonnegut, right? But why would he tell her if Isling's a threat to humanity and Vonnegut, like Nemo, was trying to find an out for humanity. In a way, why would he do this, right? Or even if it's not for the sake of humanity, why would he try to give this information for someone else when he doesn't have a good read on it? Or is it possible that, like others, aside from Nemo, he actually has the memories of another version from him from another world who actually did make contact with Iceling? I guess there is the possibility, but we'll have to see. But it was nice to see that Joanne was trying to take control of her own destiny at the end, right? Like, she had to team up with Iceling, don't get me wrong, but in the end, it's like she knew it was the only way that she could get to Lucia, because she didn't have any other means. And to be honest, even if she had jumped or walked up to Babyloni's front door, we can't say that we wouldn't have met with hostility. So there is that. And that moment with this version, Lucia and the Commandant, it's insane. But it's interesting also that in the fact that even at the end of where that world ended, this Lucia never regained her memories back. Like, she never regained the memories of who she used to be, and I thought that was going to be a major turning point for this world. I didn't think she was going to save it, but I thought maybe she'd try something else. But again, I guess it's more so that's like she only was able to draw on the instincts and feelings of that sense of danger rather than just what it's capable of. But that's also what I mean by, like, in that sense, I don't think she would have been that distracted to the point that she would have fallen to some rubble with the Commandant. I just can't buy it. But still, like I said, it does lead me to wonder, it's like, would those memories just remain locked away within her deep subconscious or something? Or is it just that she's lost to them forever, like it's become a part of the void? Because maybe that's why Alpha can now retain all those memories, because it's just stuck there. That's a bit of like, maybe it was explained, but I did not comprehend it that well, or maybe it is something they left out. I don't know. It honestly could be either or, but we still have the more important stuff to go through, so let's do this. I'm hoping it doesn't take another 5 hours to finish it, because goddamn, that take forever. But I am enjoying the story, and like I said, this could be the greatest PGR main story chapter. Like, don't get me wrong, the Bianca revival one was amazing, Liv's was awesome, Hyperreal Lee was great, the Shaper's Ripples one was also heartbreaking and amazing as well, and so was Ishmael's. But again, if I had to say right now, it's like, this one, depending on how it ends, could definitely be the best one. To be fair, it's like Kamui's recent flooding record. Like I said, storytelling wise, it definitely does tie with Kamui. I mean, with no, my bad. It's always difficult to be born. You know, the bird didn't find it easy to struggle out of the egg. Think back and ask yourself, was the way so hard then? Wasn't it beautiful too? Could you have wished a more beautiful or easier path? It was hard, I said as if I were asleep. It was hard until the dream came. Yes, you must find your dream. Then the way becomes easy. But no dream lasts. Every dream releases a new one. And you should not wish to cling fast to any particular one. Well, the dream is your fate, and as long as you remain faithful to it, she confirms in serious tones. Your fate loves you indeed. One day it will be wholly yours as you dream it will be. You remain constant to it. Surrounded by the Vanguard team? No, by the Fallen. Alpha put on the crown that had always been hers. Right, it's like, at the end, this was them bestowing the crown onto her, but we also see Ishmael in the background, so it's like, is that trying to hint at something else, right? Because again, like, the gate, or the Bridge of Dreams or something. If life is a journey to find oneself, then hers is a story of searching for where fate begins. The crown is stripping life. Putrid flesh and greasy fat from the fallen ooze onto her scalp. Streams of blood and vital fluid, then her viscosity beside down her face. spilled into her eye sockets following the curve of her cheekbones. All collects at her chin in one round tear. The new queen is crying. She lifts her hand and roughly wipes her chin, smearing away the blood-flecked peach of tears. She then rises. Vagabonds grovel at her feet, growling at her, clawing gashes across her legs, and she lets them. My body feels so heavy. Now to realizing she cannot escape the fate of carrying the fallen, the queen feels the weight crushing down upon her. Even so, she must act. Must push those who can still be saved toward the light. She reaches into the fog, and a thought surfaces in her mind. Finally read this fog. Should ask first. Let the universe show me the answer. Oh right, also where we left off, like back on the FOS airship, we were finally able to make contact with Asimov, and he gave us a game plan of what to do next. Seeing more hatred, she turns to the universe and asks her first question since being crowned. The crown. The Sephiroth. What are they? How do I bring them all back to a world of happiness? Voice blankets the fog. It's a command. The new queen won't allow any disobedience. Fog churns an answer. When you parse, information becomes something reachable, legible, even pliable. It's the power of the crown. Sends a finger and, like the chimera, tears a rift through the fog. Vagabond tumbles out, thrashing, bewildered. She crooks her knuckle. Vagabond claws desperately at her finger, drawing thin lines of blood. She flicks it back anyway. Return. You do not have the answers I seek. I need something more comprehensible. Ideally, a person who can offer a proper explanation. She surveys every soul that has ever lived, searching the pristine white void for a fitting interpreter. At last, she points to one. Skeleton, to be precise. Construct's bionic skin is scorched black, metal limbs torn clean away. From a construct who died guarding FOS. At Alpha's command, the remains pull themselves together in the fog, forming into human shape. Assuming the flamboyant, prideful posture she once had. Huh? Me? Darling, I was just dead weight in the Vanguard team. What could I possibly know? Cassandra was sort of radiant again as fiddling with a lotus flower in her left hand. Is what who knows what, while her right hand swoops dramatically toward her own face. Perspective snaps close. Alpha settled beside her, each drawn up. For this rather unreliable grown-up, Alpha finds strangely a certain peace. Because you're someone I'm more familiar with. In at least 2 worlds, you lent me a hand. Wait, 2? At least 2. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, it's like probably a different world, but what world would it have been? We only seen her in one. A little restless, Cassandra rubs her legs. There was a world where a punishing corrupted steel giant rips them clean off. Worry that pain still haunts her. Can't help but fidget. So, besides playing your college trustee in one world, we also crossed paths in some monastery in another, didn't we? And you can dig up even a passing encounter from that memory of yours. Ever thought I'd keep my little gig as FOS's trustee nicely under wraps? Wait, what? Wait, what? We from the church? Or the monastery? Wait, she wasn't one of the sisters from the church that, gave them up to Kurno, right? In another world? Or this world? Right? It can't be it. Oh, never mind. Back at the monastery, I spent my days perfecting the art of flower arrangement. Only ever constructs got run ragged by that old abbot, They train themselves half to death and still keep going. The absolute fools. And you were the worst of them. Swinging that blade around day in, day out. Every time I take a stroll up the back mountain, there you'd be. Passed out cold on the ground. Give me a heart attack every single time. Really put a damper on my peaceful retreat, I'll have you know. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I see. So that was the version of her, or those memories are what reawakened within Cassandra before she died. And when she saw Alpha in the fog. Okay, that's who she was communicating with. Okay, so not the same one as what I initially thought. Okay, that's fine. Otherwise, I was going to be very confused. Back then, I thought all that hard work meant you'd outrun your fate. But in the end, here I am, helping you out anyway. Sinks her blade to the floor of foam meant for a flower arrangement. Can you skip the long-winded speech this time? Alright, I'll use the monastery as an example. Something we both know. To keep it sound mild. Cassandra placed the lotus as garish as the woman herself into the floor of foam, beside Alpha's katana. The moment the stem settles, countless luminous veins unfurl from the heart of the foam, reaching outward in every direction. White fog still drifts around them. Within its shroud, the monastery of purity has already manifested, a small world unto itself. Cassandra points to the center of the branching veins beneath them. Let's start here. Think of where we're sitting as the roots of a tree. Now look up and ahead. For gazes ahead, luminous veins have traced out a shape, branches spreading wide, fruit suspended from every limb. Across the surface of each fruit, faint silhouettes flicker. This is the ultimate form of civilizational evolution. Or at least, the ultimate form among all existing civilizations. Shows like yaps will never end. Wait, what happened? But yo, what's up, Divine? But yeah, I think they would... Was it like some kind of like collage video or something? I don't know. I just remember like... I saw on YouTube like for some reason like trails things are popping up a bit more, but it's like I don't know what's going on. Or are you talking about like the community again? Oh, okay. No, never mind. It's just the community again. Okay. Until the fan base disperse, it'll never end. I don't trust them. Cold Steel was not supposed to be 4 games. No, I agree. Wait. Yeah, actually, Daybreak was supposed to be 2? Really? Daybreak was just supposed to be 2? Or are you saying it should have been 2? Because I'll be honest, it should have been 2 as well, because it's just that shit and not really much going on in Calvert to really extend the series that far. I mean, don't get me wrong, at least when they extended it to 4, they brought in a new cast that was going to be the new center, right? Like the new Class 7. So I'll at least give them that for the whole Cold Steel thing. And to be fair, it's like, it's not like the original Class 7 was ready for like what Osborn had planned and everything, and all the things about fate and the Divine Knights and shit. So it's like, at least for those points, it makes sense. But it's like, yeah, Daybreak, it should have just ended with 2, honestly. Yo, what's up, Sierra? How you doing? How am I today? I'm doing alright. Branches and fruit. Paths and Sephiroth. Still doesn't track. Good grief. You really are clueless, aren't you? How did it end up being you, of all people? Are you seriously just some ordinary kid? Daybreak 2 is filler. Nothing of note happens. No, seriously, in that point, they should have just scrapped 2 and then just been like, you know what? We're gonna delay the project more. Like, honestly, I would have been fine with that. Because, to be fair, Daybreak 1 wasn't even that great. Hell, you can barely even call it decent. So it's like, at least you could have tried to, like, make the comeback to at least, like, even it out with a whole new plan. Because also, it's like, Daybreak 2 was even more of a waste of time because it was literally recycling resources from the first game. It wasn't even like that they expanded on it or they had a whole bunch of different things or new boss fights. No, most of the boss fights you had were the same people. Like, really? Because at least when it came to Cold Steel 1 and 2, in 2, you faced members of Ouroboros. You faced members of Zephyr. But nah, Daybreak 2 was like the same guys, but just a slightly different situation. Forget it. Just walk forward and see for yourself. It'll make a lot more sense than sitting here staring at the roots. Sandra nudges Alpha to her feet. Alpha steadies herself, then ventures a single step forward. My blade. You won't need it to cut your way through this journey of happiness. We'll keep it safe for you, for now. Don't be afraid. We're all here. Divine, Cold Steel 2 is more fluff than a pillow. No, not true. There was the mayor of that one village that we went for our first school trip. Technically he did, but I mean, it was off screen, but still. And I mean, technically Crow died. I mean, he revived later, but that's in another game. That wasn't in the same game, though. So it's not entirely wrong. But I mean, to be fair, it was just us just mainly fighting people. And it really wasn't much of like an advancement in story or like new character. I mean, actually, if anything, the only character who really kind of grew were Jesus and Emma. Or, nah, actually Crow too. Yeah, because you definitely learned more about them and why they were trying to stand out from like the norms of what they're supposed to do. Now that I think about it. Alpha's foot comes to rest upon one of the veins. It travels up the length of her spine, and the world before her shifts an answer. We'll show you the system through things that will make you feel happy. It's the simplest way, and the one you're most likely to understand. Keep walking. Go to the end, and back to the beginning. Then you'll understand. This is before a ruined stairwell. By the look of it, this research facility is laying abandoned for a long while. Somewhere on the floors nearby, Alpha catches a low hissing. Might be human, or guttural muttering of something else entirely. Chaos contamination. Why this world? And why after everyone had already set out? Because you need to ask yourself what you wanted back then, at the very beginning. Alpha frowns. She raises a hand and presses down the door handle that leads out the stairwell. The sound just through from behind the door, faint as a kitten's mew. When she pushes, the door pushes back, just barely. Oh, right, when she opened the door. That led her to the void. Behind the door is a child, drawing what meager happiness she can from delusion and self-encouragement. Alpha lets her hand fall from the handle. Right, I guess Market Manager auto died, but I mean, fair, but it's like, I guess it was supposed to be a lesson that it's like what they were doing wasn't fun in games. And that's like, there were consequences. I mean, the consequences may not have been that big for them, but just to show that there were consequences. Because that's the thing, it's like, you can go to a military academy and probably learn about stuff, and it will prepare you to a degree. But just like all other institutions, it only prepares you for the basics. You won't know what it's really like till you experience it out on the field or in the office and that kind of, or whatever the real professional setting is for that occupation itself at that moment. At least that's why I think we're trying to be the example for that. She looks around the stairwell again. She ascends 2 floors, and at the base of a low wall, she discovers traces of a little hero being driven back step by step, looking to survive. Dark red pen mark. But like I said, that's not to take away from how Cold Steel 2 did, or was pretty, like, barren. Aside from boss fights. Miss my mom and dad, my little sister again. Miss Froggy. She reads as she climbs back up step by step. Not too thirsty, but so hungry. I'm starting to miss Leora. Leora is spelled wrong. Her hand moves on its own, but you have to trace the misspelled word. Swigs peel away at her touch as if obeying her fingers. She holds this mistaken name in her hand, gives it for a long moment, and presses it into her chest. She climbs on, gathering every word, each one small and sad and full of regret, as she goes. The monsters infected by chaos contamination had spread upward from the building's lowest depths. The little hero retreated floor by floor, till only the top remained. By the time she collects the last one, she's back at the door. Fine. Wait, what? Did I say something? Then exhausted sigh of a little hero steps through from inside. The monsters found me after all, didn't they? No. I found you first. Ava gives the door a few soft knocks, as tender as her mother's hand every morning, rousing her from sleep. I'm an unimportant person. I just want to ask you something. What do you want? You could see what I want. You already took them all away from me. And yes, I'm just gonna read it normally. Don't think I could do the voice at this point. The voice is that of a child, yet it speaks with startling clarity. I want my mom and dad back. My little sister. I want Leora and everyone else. I want Froggy. They're where I belong. Without them, I don't have a home anymore. Words land against Alpha's ears like a knocking. Aren't you the same as me? Lucia's happiness is in protecting where she belongs. You forgot that? Or have you lost that desire? I've been fighting fate so long. I think I really have lost all of that. There's still a chance. A click sounds from behind the sealed emergency door. Opens of its own accord, just a crack. Timid voice slips through, black-haired girl speaking, asking the unimportant person. Can you help me find those monsters? Need someone to clear the way so I can set out. I'm Hero Alpha. I've got Froggy, got the blade a grown-up gave me. I'm going to complete the mission. How? You're just a little kid. I have to find a crown Sephira and pass it to the next world. The child clutches her blade, murmuring. Finish what the grown-ups couldn't. Find the people I love. Go to another world, be born as mom's child again. Eat breakfast and dinner with mom and dad every day, and everything I want. I'll tell them I want a Froggy plush, that I want a little sister. And then, as the crack in the door widens, her gaze hardens into resolve. Her voice gathers strength until it rings with conviction. I'll learn everything, explore endless possibilities, and finally, become a warrior like Leora and everyone else. I'll love everyone who loves me, and I'll be brave and give what I have. With those final words, she lifts her blade. This is a story I started. I'm the starting point. Alpha meets those glistening eyes and holds them. A long silence passes before she offers a quiet, knowing smile. So this is the happiness you've been chasing since the beginning of fate. Yes? Alright. I'll clear out the chaos contaminants for you. Remove whatever stands in your way. But this world is falling apart as we speak. You need to run fast, Lucia. True to her word, Alpha cleanses the FOS research facility of every chaos contaminant that's gathered within. As she watches as the original Lucia crawls out through the door, gathers the crown to her arms, crosses through the fog, readies herself to leap from the bridge across dreams. Just before the jump, Lucia turns to look back at her. Go on, brave Alpha. Lucia gathers all her gear into one arm, freeing the other. She then reaches out, stretching her hand toward Alpha. The fog rolls in, coiling through Lucia's hair, eating away its color until it bleaches white. She's becoming the Alpha from Leora's story now. A little hero who lights up the universe. The bold, fearless self she had only ever imagined. I don't want to leave you behind, unimportant person. I want you to come with me. I have no reason to accept your invitation. I probably wandered beyond the worlds. Because you look so lonely, so lost. Feel what happiness actually is. You can't figure out what you're supposed to do until you lived it yourself. Seizes Alpha by the wrist, and with all her strength, offers her a smile. Your true self has always been with you. Alpha's found where fate begins. Now she becomes one with herself. From there, plunges into the cycle of every world. First, she returns to her mother. She's born. Sees her small plump hands, the wind chimes, and the froggy plush. Slowly she feels herself beginning to grasp what Cassandra meant by the happiness one dreams of. Notice that you really like Story? Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see like different takes on it. So I'm in network sucks today. No problem. It was cool. Wait, who is Cassandra? If we carry her onward without thought, away from the tree roots, one step, then another, from kingdom to foundation, onward through mercy, through beauty. She forgets she's still walking the tree of fate. Attention narrows to the present moment. See how much her mother's tender smile matters now. Such happiness, to have a sibling, to have a family. Such happiness. Again to the academy of her dreams. At the launch site of Dawn 3, Lucia swept into the noisy, restless current of youth. Adeline, Cadet Designation 004. As your peer, it's my responsibility to uphold the reputation and good order of our college. 004? Wow. For placing your already appointed yourself hall monitor. I'm sorry. I was rushing. I wasn't looking where I was going. Are you okay? My name is Lucia. Earphones came flying at my shoulder. Such happiness. To honor and protect the ideals of those she holds dear. On the peaceful afternoon, just as the FOS graduation ceremony ends, she receives a sudden call from Luna. Rock band? Her little sister, sometimes things happen. The kind of moments that leave her caught between a sigh and a laugh. Yeah, you get to tag the alleyways with the band's name for the concert. Killer publicity, right? And then Mom said the police want a family member to come sign for you right now. Mom's at it again. We're not in Dad's precinct though, so he doesn't know yet, right? I'm close by. I'll head over. First, who's in this little crew of yours? Did they round up everyone? Yeah, me, Roland, Lamia. Plus 2 others who tagged along last minute, but I bet he'd need bail after today. The concert needs a new bassist, like, urgently. You want me in? You've got 3 months before you ship out from the front lines. You're not seriously gonna sit around bass the whole time, are you? With that friend of yours? He drags out the word on purpose. Alright, I'll do it. But you absolutely can't tell Dad. Not a word. And also, at the thought of that person, a smile rises from deep within Lucia. I haven't had the chance to tell you yet. He's decided to join command. We'll keep fighting side by side from now on. Such happiness. Fight for the preservation of every happiness this world holds. Lucy becomes a warrior. With her gun, she shatters the kneecaps of terrorists. Both hands, she cradles the flowers the child has offered her. Every now and then, she steals back to base and, within the narrow confines of a soldier's living space, conjures the grandest surprise she can muster. Celebrates several more birthdays among those she loves. More and more companions gather around her. The bonds between them, fine as silk threads, crisscross her life and tether her gently to this world, spinning a wide web of happiness. River joyful days and nights races past, until it settles into one full mellow afternoon. I feel like I have everything I could ever want. So happy I could cry. Then cry. Always be here to wipe your tears away. But I... While beside her paused the sudden turn of her words. I've looked down at that web so many times. All those veins. There's always one small space that seems empty. A strand of silver thread torn apart. Something lost in the fog. The person at her side pressed her hand gently, so full of tenderness. Still set on finding what's missing. I think so. I've already seen it all. Complete happiness, start to finish, from a higher position. I found where my fate began. I remember the reason I chose to set out in the first place. That's why I believe that somewhere, in a world that truly exists, there should be a Lucia like that. Even if her life had setbacks and suffering and pain, she could still reach the end and say without regret, throughout my life, I've had complete happiness. My dear Xanthos, you do this for me. Even if it means this higher version of me has to bear all the suffering, if you have to watch me stay trapped in the fog forever, will you join me in giving this real happiness to the one and only Lucy out there? Will you help me make it happen and leave behind a Lucia who's completely happy? The one beside her answers, firm and unwavering in every word. I will. Stay by your side forever, even as you suffer. Death draws her back into the void. She goes with reluctance. Alpha opens her eyes. She finds herself standing atop the fruit of the crowd. Sandra's gone. The tiny realm is gone. All that remains is the fog and a trail of fresh hoofprints. Alpha follows one step at a time, till she finds the little lamb waiting beneath the tree. Soft, spineless, and fragile, the lamb gazes at her. She knows what it is. Xanthos, Chimera scapegoat, every soul that was lost. Let's begin. Alpha and the lamb wait together beneath the tree, faithful to their promise. Much of it a black-haired Lucia to be born to one of the worlds. As the curled figure takes shape among the branches. There's no wounds, no scars, most complete version of herself. There she is. The one void I need to fill. The only Lucia across all universes who still hasn't found happiness. Megacore in Lucia still lies dim. The power she unleashed in the fog has drained the last of her life away. Alpha gently smooths the hair back from Lucia's brow, revealing a forehead clean and unmarred. And the crown can fix that. Alpha draws close to Lucia until the tips of her noses touch and their foreheads press gently together. Mom used to do this. I picked it up from her. Begins to channel the crown's power, and a soft radiance ignites within her left eye. So this power was always ours. Alpha starts to make her choices. What if Lucia never lost Luna? What if she never went with Nicola? She'd grow up healthy and strong, full of hope, become a fine soldier, find someone to love. Maybe she'd make it a command position. Never turn to a construct. Never joined the original Grey Raven. Never portrayed by Ravenge. Never learned to hate. Never had her mind fractured. Never used to be a test subject. And there'd be no Lucia Grey Raven. The universe follows the law of conservation. One thing dies, another is born. Same principle. If I choose a different path, Lucia Grey Raven will not exist. But no matter what, I want at least one version of me to be happy. Even if there's only one world left. Even if everything else stops existing. Even if I lose the family from those dreams. Even if I lose the one I could have spent my life with. Even if I become unable to protect the people I love. Unable to fight for that happiness. Left adrift, questioning, struggling without end. Often thinks back to that lost self of hers. Sinking in the crimson abyss. Locked away in the prison of fate. Even so, I still want to do it. You've come so far, climbed so high, searched through those similar dreams over and over. Isn't this what you've been seeking all along? And you risked everything to give me the crown for this very reason. For the first time, Alpha nuzzles close. For a brushing against forehead as though reliving a warm and happy past the crown had shown her. This path she's slowly, quietly choosing to let go. What if I take all the negativity in this universe, malice, misery, suffering, and converge all onto myself? Then you'd be wrapped in nothing but happiness, right? Then that's what I'll do. Let me walk the cursed path. I'll see it through. Tiny motes of light travel among the tree's branching vines, rising from Lucia's still limbs to gather at her heart as her eyes remain shut. For every fragment restored, the branch that belongs to Alpha, the path she's chosen to forsake, offers a little more. The one who gives does so gladly, so the sacrifice itself were sweet. Because she knows that tragedy is at least being undone. We'll go back soon. Back to the fog to face the Chimera again. You won't have to detonate your Omega Core to save everyone this time. Don't forget your own words. We're the same. You do the same thing in my place. Alpha's gaze now sweeps across past, present, and future alike. She even into other world lines. It's granted her the greatest of all privileges. The right to choose. Don't worry. Don't be sad. We may be drifting apart now, but at least the world is round, and so is fate. One day, beyond all the paths that pulled us apart, we'll find our way back together. The ending's two halves. The world will be made new, reeks of death. Yet without death, nothing new can be born. What else? Who else? Having mended the one Lucia destined for happiness, Alpha raises her eyes once more to the follow tree, lamp beside her. Left eye is contracted into a ring, gold and crimson, circling black hole poised to consume all. Oh, okay, yeah, because I was wondering, like, I saw in the actual, like, sprite, it's like, her eyes are a different color, but I thought I was losing it. I thought it was like, maybe I just think it's a slightly different shade or something, but no, it actually is different. She understands now this miracle is the very answer she's been seeking. The answer about her left eye, about her original self. Started watching Beat Break? Yeah, I actually did start, but I've only gone, like, 2 episodes in, so I'm gonna save my review till the end, because, like you and Yui have said, it's a lot better towards, like, the end, or, like you said, episode 12 or something? So, keep my thoughts until I get to that point. Whose misery can I take on next? Several scarred hands reach out from beneath the tree, pleading for help, pushing our way all the same. Love takes every last one of them. Don't be afraid. I'll take it all. She'll set everything right, but every last shred of suffering and misery. She cuts through the fog, arriving at the moment each person faces an impossible choice. First, naturally, is Luna, one she can never let go. In the unnameable tunnel paved with stars, a girl chews on a creeping unease. She tastes over and over, to spare fruitless effort, treads over and over, a road paved with hatred, putting everything she has into doing something for this world. No one stands beside her. In the end, she achieves nothing. Till exhaustion overtakes her, and she drifts back without thinking to the evening of January 5th, 2161. 16 days after the punishing virus outbreak, wandering streets not yet touched, not yet fallen. Right, yeah, so it was like in 2160 was the day of the punishing virus outbreak, right? 16 days, that would be December 20th? Whatever. She dials home, pressing the receiver tight against her ear, desperate to catch every syllable her mother speaks. They barely exchange a few words before their borrowed happiness is about to expire. Oh right, the phone call. Mother speaks a few soft, caring words to the stranger on the line, then ends Luna's call. The 11 and 12 is where it starts getting really interesting. It's not bad per se, it's good, but that's where it really picks up. Yeah, so I'm gonna say my thoughts until I get to that point, because... And how many episodes is it? Like, I forgot to check that. Like, is it just like 12 episodes? Like, just like a regular season size, or is it like more than that? I don't have a problem if it's more, I just wanted to check. Sets down the receiver and closes her eyes, pulling the sorrow in. I should go. Everything around her begins to dissolve. But the pain phone erupts her a pacing rate, chime after chime calling out to a Luna lost in sorrow. Even as her body dissolves, striking backward by the pull of the universe, Luna strains to reach out and grasp the receiver. She picks up as if in desperate prayer. Hello? Press on the other and simply draws a breath, just like any human would. Before she can speak, Luna knows exactly who it is. Sis. She never means to cry at all. But when she hears her sister's voice, a sob escapes her before she can stop it. Regret, hurt, and grief flood the cramped phone booth all at once. It's okay, Luna. I'm right here. No, they're okay. 36. But they're at 36 right now. Introduce more. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, 36. Got it. Alpha's voice feels like a soft hand running down Luna's back. A soothing stroke, then another. Do you remember? A long time ago, we went hunting geese together. I do. Think back. What did I tell you then? You said, if we wanted to survive, we'd have to give up something else. It was the law of conservation. That's right. I'm glad you remembered it all. A slight distortion of the line, Alpha's voice sounds lighter than it ever was before. Happiness and misery rest on the same scale. There must be a balance. I'm going to be the other side of the scale now. I'll hold the line there, so the rest of you can keep moving forward. Are you going to hang up too? I won't. But you need to be the one who hangs up and keeps going. I need you to remember this. Someday in the future, I'm going to contain the fog and use my power to disrupt the Ascension Network. It might not be too long before that day comes. You'll know when it does. What you do then is entirely up to you. You want to take the Ascension Network for yourself? I'll be there for you. I want you to believe. On the other end, Alpha presses herself closer to the receiver. Everything that's happened in this phone booth is real, and that I'm where you belong. Anyone in this world might stop answering your calls, but I'll always be there to catch you. Whenever you need me, just call. I'll always answer. Did you get all that, Luna? I'll remember, sis. I promise. Something clicks for Luna. Slowly, deliberately, she sets the receiver back in place and ends the call herself. She knows now that she'll never need to cry again. Simply points the fog before her until now reaching the next soul lost in the arduous journey. But then she spots an unexpected figure. A man, somewhat familiar. Instinctively, she remembers the dandelions he once gave her. She also remembers that down another path, countless miseries were his doing. A complicated man nearing his end. At her moment's thought, she steps into Vonnegut's pain all the same. Oh, do I get to do the Vonnegut voice again? I love doing it. It may not be great, but to me, I like doing it. The house exudes a vintage charm, with daily necessities scattered about. Oh, right. It's like little haven. A thin layer of dust blankets the corners, contrasting with the pristine gleam of frequently visited spaces. Yup. This motherfucker. Lucia. The man on the sofa doesn't put down what he's holding. Just glances up idly as if he's not at all surprised. Yeah, seriously, this dude's always expecting people to make it here. But Alpha notices. The moment he sees her, something flickers almost imperceptibly at the corner of Vonnegut's eyes. Was that Nemo in your mind calling out to me? Perhaps. I often can't tell who I am anymore. Yeah. Because again, it's like, he would, right? Because he's been through the fog. Is that what you were aiming for back then? All I ever wanted was death. Who was the last person here talking to you before me? There was no last. Only final. The final person to speak with me here will be the Grey Raven Commandant, who wakes up on that bed behind you 7 days from now. Oh, wait, what? Wait, from now? What do you mean? Oh, right. Oh, no, yeah. Okay. Yeah, how do you feel about... It's a bit wild. No, it's definitely interesting. I'll say that much. But, like I said, that's about as much as I'll say, because like I said, it's like, I want to get to, like, really know the characters more before saying anything. Right, because, again, we're in another timeline, right? The other one has already reached the complete present. But this one is like, we're probably getting closer to that day. But it's like, what that day actually means, like, for now in this world's present, I don't know, but I see. Because again, I would have only gone through that experience after, like, going through the tower and all that and making my decision. Right. Okay. But interesting, so I'm still going to meet him here in this space at some point. But he's not taking action now. So what has he been doing this whole time, is what I'm curious about. Because again, it's like, the information that Icy supposedly got from him, did he give it to her deliberately to set off a chain of events? Kind of curious. Also, what exactly even is this space anyway? Vonnegut stresses the word final with unmistakable weight. Alpha can't just say it once. Stops indulging a dying man in pleasantries and tries to look toward the bed. On the bed lies a human, unconscious from injury. His open wound across the abdomen, raw and gruesome to behold. She frowns and turns and seats herself on the soft edge of the bed with the lightest, slowest of movements. I see you've learned to anchor yourself in time and space through this human's condition. What are you trying to say? As it happens, so have I. Easy now. Don't go putting blames on me just yet. You arrived before I could even start treating the wounds. I'll handle it. She picks up the first aid supplies. A wave of familiarity washes over her. Back at FOS college, Santos had once stitched her wounds with the same careful hands. That was how she learned. Right, because she also kind of learned through to the Vanguard team too. She does the human's wounds with meticulous care, treating every injury until all is set right. Vonnegut waits in silence throughout. Only when Alpha finishes tending to the human's wounds and sets the needle and thread back into the medical kit with a soft click does the silence break. What is the current situation on your end? The Hetero Tower has been destroyed. There are no more clear exits leading to a specific point in time. You, Lucia. Lucia remains inside guarding the key that's absorbed the tower's core, but the fog is already spreading. The Merciful One has noticed our situation, but she is not of our civilization. Cannot say for certain whether she will lend her aid. Ah, okay, so it's like, yeah, Ishmael would have to be there, right? Like, she's observing, but whether she'll take action is different, because she technically found a loophole within the rules when she helped us, but it's like, how much will she be able to tamper with this world before they start to worry if she's gonna go AWOL on them? If something just crossed his mind, Vonnegut pauses mid-sentence, adjusts his wording, and his gaze softens a little. It seems she must have lent her aid already. Ah, okay, yeah, so she did do something when passing the crown. Or, I mean, when crowning Alpha. He's clearly seen through the change in the Lucia standing before. Yes, I'm grateful to her. I'll be seeing her soon. Before the day comes when I must face what lies beyond the gate. I still need her cover. I see. Congratulations, Lucia. I'm not gonna waste time asking whether that was Nemo or Trout talking. I only want to know one thing. Which Lucy are you congratulating? This time he pauses for a full 30 seconds of thought before breaking the silence. I know there should only be one Lucia. Nemo told me many things. But when it came to you, he'd never speak plainly. Perhaps because you're part of his regrets as well. He wanted to bury you in that world he could never return to. He observed the two Lucias in this world carefully, but neither of them seemed to be you. I tested you myself too, when we met back in the greenhouse, where the red tide was being bred. Back then, fate clearly hadn't caught up with you yet. You hadn't returned to the same starting point. Ah, so he was looking for that Lucia. That's why he was always kind of interested in her, because it's like, did she finally make it? But it's like, no, it's like, she seemed to be progressing to that stage where she could have potentially had that realization, but she wasn't there yet. Okay. Kind of makes sense why, in some cases, he wasn't surprised that Lucia was able to do some things, because he's seen that same, like, blaze in her eyes before. Or, I mean, the fire in her eyes. I suspected something had happened to you, but it didn't matter. My timing was running short. I had matters concerning the Hetero Tower to attend to. I needed to go back. Yeah, you're obsessed with going back. Even knowing the Hetero Tower would vanish and never descend again. You still try to activate the 0-point Reactor 1, searching for a starting point over and over. How could I not be? I could only rely on my own judgment. No one else saw things from where I stood. Seriously, Vonnegut still one of the coolest looking bad guys, or villains in video games. But of course, your perspective surpasses mine now. Seems to want to close his eyes. There's no need for him to keep watching over everything anymore. I'm sorry, Lucia. We always saw you as a helpless child, instead of the little hero known as Alpha. Even though all we wanted was to keep you safe. It should never have been your burden to bear, yet here you are, bearing it all the same. Yeah, so it's like, that is how Nemo also felt, right? Because it's like, he still had a little soft spot for Lucia back then. He didn't really show it, but his smallest of actions did show it. You've done better than any of us ever could. It's surprising because out of all the people in the Vanguard team, he's the only one who can say this now to her, after everything. Regret is pressed down behind his eyes. As Vonnegut can meet Alpha's gaze with something like calm. Too many people deserve your apologies and amends. Your regrets just keep piling up. People seem able to find a way to forgive Vonnegut, as a man who deserves to die in every sense of the word. Sending his fate is not within Alpha's authority. What becomes of him, it seems, is a freedom left to Vonnegut alone. Alpha turns away from him and gently presses the palm of the human lying on the bed. It's a familiar gesture between them, and it works. Paint fur on the sleeper's brow softens ever so slightly. Only then does Alpha's heart feel the faintest bit lighter. I'm taking this one with me. Suit yourself. But this layer must remain intact. If it doesn't, the top layer world you chose to preserve will feel the impact. Changes beyond anyone's control. I need to wait 10 days before I can make my move. Taking this vein of fate may well be my last mission. If you would, take my cat with you as well. Vonnegut nudges the big orange ball out of the corner with his foot. You already have a white cat and a gray one. I know they're well raised, gentle-tempered. Hopefully they won't mind too much. What about you, Vonnegut? Where should you go? Where do you want to go? Alpha stops calling him Nemo. Have you ever thought about giving up that power? Cutting away all that noise in your mind and just becoming one person? Or one construct? Even if she's given up on taking Vonnegut's pain as her own, Alpha still points him toward her way home. For just a moment, Alpha believes she sees him hesitate. Still, he says, all I have left is my life. It's the last thing I can freely choose for myself. Once I've spent it all, you can pass judgment however you want. That's just how it goes. Yeah. Because, like, he's basically given up everything else he has for this power. It's like, at the very least, he should have a way to use this. It's just how it goes. How the victim of an epidemic will exercise his freedom remains unknown. But Alpha can see it. The veins of the phyllo tree grow clearer by the moment. Someone's indeed begun to help, starting to hold it all together. With their aid, Alpha continues to gather each thread of misery, untangling and setting them right. Only when the hands of the dead faded one by one, releasing her shoulders in peace, she finally stopped training through the fog and paused to catch her breath. She looks up and sees branches thick with leaves, flourishing overhead. She looks down and sees the lamb still nestled in her arms, having never strayed. How long has it been? I have no clue. Perhaps the passing of many lifetimes. Perhaps the universe's full arc, from birth to final silence. Either way, a long, long time. Are you satisfied? and take in all that misery, offering yourself up as a sacrifice. Did you find a hint of satisfaction? Maybe, but that doesn't matter anymore. She blinks. Breath passes like a fleeting moment. The oceans of the world seem to have lost their hold on her entirely. Lamb watches her, its thoughts unreadable. Whose emotion was the price she paid? Setting aside what doesn't matter, I've learned more. She strokes the lamb, slowly coming to realize that the nature of the phyllogy is the mind itself. This is the true path to humanity, having spent every resource it possessed, managed to find. And now, under the crown's protection, it flourishes even more. She's undergone a complete metamorphosis beneath the tree. Not merely her eyes, but every particle of her being has become something that no longer exists in this universe. Yeah. She gathers the lamb into her arms, resting her cheek against its soft fur. Tells the lamb that she first grasped mercy, a foundational principle that every human must understand upon reaching enlightenment. So, mercy is the blueprint. Every branch and every fruit of this tree grew from mercy. Her eyes hold the image of a woman with pink hair. I should go find her next. No, actually, she's already waiting for me. What about the other fruits? The others? The fruits are, at their core, the most concentrated form of human civilization's information. By consuming the ripened fruits, we can use that concentrated information to resist the universe's filtering. Why? A civilization's tier is determined by its information entropy. Pack enough information together that can't be filtered out or easily absorbed. Say you sit down for breakfast and all that's left on the table is half a glass of milk. You'd call that a pretty sorry meal. But if the entire ocean was sitting on that table, you'd say, couldn't possibly drink all that. Correct. Between my stabilization and everyone else's efforts, things are looking up. The fruits we need to resist the filtering are starting to take shape. Look. Mercy, foundation, kingdom, understanding, beauty. So many of them, slowly ripening. What makes them ripen? The leaves. They've been working hard. She gestures towards the leaves dotted across the tree. Some vivid green, some brownish yellow, and some dark into near black. Babylonia's phyllogy of Osha, the specter frame hidden in Elysium, even though it's false. The Arctic Route Union's amalgamation tech, Cartike's seedling, Azet's corona gene. Hasn't humanity always been walking on this vein? With enough leaves, they can pull in nutrients and feed the growing fruits. Is the Ascension Network part of the tree too? She gazes at the origin of the world while the lamb's eyes stay fixed on her alone. The Ascension Network selects a powerful vessel that acts in its stead, absorbs all negativity to resist the universe's filtering, like how Vonnegut embodies regret and Luna embodies hatred. Luna. Oh, I see. Interesting. So, kind of similar to like how they have like representatives of like the seven deadly sins for the Demon Lord to serve, right? Oh, okay. So they're actual like vessels meant of the Ascension Network, meant for that purpose, to actually be vessels of human negativity. Yeah, and I did feel like it was based on information, right? Because again, it's like if you were too primitive, then you take forever to get there, but you wouldn't need as much attention from them, right? But again, with the whole thing with the 0-point reactor and humanity not really being prepared for all that kind of information, the system kind of acted on it in a way. I mean, it's probably not the full understanding, but still. The moment Luna's image flickers in her eyes, she looks down, turning something over in her thoughts. But Luna carved out her own way. From inside all that hatred, she found a sliver of love and understanding. That's how she broke free from the Ascension Network's grip. So the Ascension Network's a mistake? Nothing on this follow tree is a mistake. Everything has its place. The Ascension Network is just the other side of the tree growing from the same seed. You can climb from the shadows into the light. It's not exactly a bad thing. Ah. Yeah, I guess it's true, because again, it's the same like the balance of light and dark. You kind of need one with the other. It can not just be just the one. And they all still are part of the origin. Which could be like neutrality or creation or destruction or chaos or whatever you want to say is this true foundation. Or true form. It's like everything's a part of it, right? Because even people, regardless of the path that they take, it all starts from the origin that is humanity. They won't always take the same path, but each path is what a human decides, and it's a possibility. Okay. You're from Babylonia. Your follow tree of Oshia wants to consume all the positive fruits, and use that possibility of positivity to resist the filtering. So of course you instinctively reject what the Ascension Network stands for. Oh, I see. So it's like they're using not the scraps, but the other half of the fruits that the tree presents, but that humanity rejects. Whereas we're trying to use the ones that seem more on the up and up, and with less of a risk. She makes a fair point. It's like it's the same with ordinary people. You see people come from like the streets, the hood, or from unfortunate circumstances, and they can make their dreams come true. They can get to the world stage, and they can become legends, champions, even throughout all that struggle. It may not have been a great story. It may not have been like the fairy tale that you always thought it was, and there might have been a bit more doom and gloom there, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the person struggled all the way to get to that point. It's still a part of what makes them human, the journey itself. In the end, Em was just trying to find a vein to reach the finish line. Nothing more complicated than that. She raises a single finger and points it towards the mind dossier aboard Babylonia. I'll share my vision with humanity. Let them see the tree's veins more clearly. Is that cheating? I don't think so. I mean, true, it wouldn't necessarily be cheating, because it's like there was already research to even reach the information that is the philo tree in the first place, right? If it was considered cheating, they would have already erased that information from the world. But it's not like they deliberately were the ones who erased it. It's just that it was erased due to unfortunate circumstances. But it's like now that we finally have claim of it, nothing's happening. And by that I mean no one's interfering. This is for you. A personal favor from me. Says nothing more. She rises and begins to consume more Sephiroth, one bite at a time, one after another. At last she devours the crown as well, bite by bite. The peel, the flesh, the seeds, swallowing it all. Perhaps some creation myth penned by humanity speaks of fruits just like these. When she's done, Alpha wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, sated, revealing humanity's most primal form. There. I've understood this tree completely. She stands, extends her hand, and opens the gate that's long been waiting quietly at the tree's roots. The time has come. Alright then. Let's see what's behind this gate. You really converged everything? The lamb suddenly asks a question. She watches the lamb ask its question, yet her hands continue their work, still pushing the gate open. It's some world out there. Is there someone still waiting for you? Maybe. But all of that. The gateway lies open now. There's no endless sea beyond it, no universe of stars. Like the lamb waiting quietly on the other side. Sharp sting rising in Alpha's nose as though someone has gathered up every emotion she's lost through countless cycles of life and convergence. Placed them back into her. What is this? This is me. The one who became unimportant. So I promise you forgot to keep, Alpha. Lamb turns his back and leaves. Alpha throws out her hand but finds nothing, not even a ghost of its wool beneath her fingertips. No, wait! All at once, panic and longing flood her anew. She steps through the open gate. Oh, I see. It's the Commandant, right? So Lucia was still able, or the ghost, or the remnants of Lucia from that time, or from that world, they've now reunited with the current Alpha/Lucia, right? But where was the Commandant? That was my question. He was here. Probably because in the end he knew she'd be there. She'd make it past the fog. Or reach the truth. The tree. At least I think. Plump Orange Cat has slipped into the group. Susan got used to the roar of Alpha's motorcycle and would rather rest wherever the group stops along the way. Sometimes it naps lightly and cautiously, other times it sprawls onto its back and sleeps without a care in the world. As for the companions it has to live with, it dislikes the white cat, but as long as they keep their distance, things stay peaceful. The gray cat, though, actually likes that one. Sometimes it runs over just to bite its butt. It's really like the new cat food, maybe because it isn't roasted like the old ones, where it likes that crispy and smell and texture. So now it's eating about 3 pounds less every day. This week, you should slim down soon. The ending's never have. Alright, I'm gonna put this, but then I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go check out my laundry. Wait, let me read this first. Being behind the gateway, you may now begin to put forward your hypothesis. Do you still remember where your point of view has come to rest? Okay, yeah, I'll be back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Just went to put another dry cycle again. Is it fixed on Alpha, swallowing all pain? On Lucia, as the Omega Core shatters? On the FOS starship, where every last light on the Vanguard team has been extinguished? Or is it settled, perhaps, on the human who already took the final breath in Alpha's arms? So I'm all really dead then. Death no longer phases you. It's as though your own life has become the most disposable thing. Wait, no, you know what? I'm gonna do it in the Vonnegut voice. I don't care. I'm gonna just do it. But even if it may somehow be Ishmael or someone else, I'm gonna just do it. It's as though your own life has become the most disposable thing you possess. The cheapest currency. Readily traded away for whatever it is you seek. The hero finds a raw primal joy in their own destruction. Fortunately, someone has paid a greater price, enough to return every point of view to you. Now then, put forward your hypothesis. Where will you set your point of view? Where does your life begin? Keep it normal. Start from birth. First words to reach you are feeble yet brimming with hope. My child. What then? And then? Whoa, what the hell? Hold up. No, yeah. Ah, yes, my other endings. Right, because, again, the one with Lamia would have been another world. Right. You merge with the Hetero Tower in the ocean's cradle, right? Fusing with Catilla, Noan, and Shorthalt, and even Lamia. His corpse. Faden used to parade onto. Oh, right, because there was the fake Noan, or the other Noan, too. Entombed within human civilization that perishes 30 years from now. The power is drained from you. Suspended in the amber of a dead world, yet you are content to become a preserved slice of humanity. For unless you share a grave with companions of your past day. Right, when I went to the future. Yeah. Courage. Yo, what's up, There's No Name? Nah, I wish, bro. What the hell? Like, I can't believe they did that. They literally cucked us. Like, fuck. Pissed me off. I mean, Lucia at Forest College. Fight is one, your bond deepens with a quiet. Without effort, you become those who know each other best. Only one ever amongst the most souls in your lives. And then, you graduate from FOS Military Command College. After training, you're appointed commander of the Grey Raven Squad. Your command are 3 constructs: Lucia, Liv, and Lee. More than one person has spoken these words to you. You are a hope. Wait. What just flashed before me? Right, because in the end, it's like the one that was in the cradle, it was still another version of me from another world, right? So it's like, it would still connect to me even in the void here. Branches that are open to choice. Would you make a choice? The path as it stands now is the one decided by. Right, because in the end, it's kind of like, we kind of are making choices, because it's kind of like a visual novel where it's like, you can have different endings, but we kind of are like, just going from one to the other. Not without choice, but it's like, it's the path that's dictated by the changes we make with our fate, right? Kind of like Steinscape, where it's like, it reversed it. Like, when you fixed one mistake, now you have to go through this timeline to reverse another mistake to go back through that one, and then a whole new branch of time. The human heart is made of flesh. Faced with such a hypothesis, it begins to ache. I want to go back. It's very important to me. Someone I should be waiting for. It's a promise I should keep. So be it. Because you are the favored one. Clamor of young voices gathering rises around you. The first figure to swim into view is a girl with silver white hair. She catches another girl her age with swift, sure hands. Her earphones slip free and clatter to the ground. The silver-haired girl watches her leave, then touches her right ear. She hesitates for a beat and starts scanning her surroundings. Excuse me. You dropped this. Your earphones. Thanks. Are you on the first class too? Yeah. My name's Lucia. The world goes quiet for half a second. Long enough for you to hear. Perfect clarity, the pounding of your own heart. Eyes blink, drinking in every detail of how Lucia looks now. Mouth slowly opens and at last speaks those words to her. I know. Oh, right, because then we point out to the name tag, right? Ever laying eyes on that cadet's name tag. For the capture the flag team exercise. For the punishment of 500 push-ups. For the rotational training at the airborne command post. For flying the aircraft past FOS. For the birthday celebration on the grassy field at night. For seeing the Earth rise from the moon, just for the two of you. Before all of it, for everything, that was the only thing you could truly grasp was first, I like you, spoken from behind Lucia's visor. But now, what's become unmistakable was the line that followed. You're where I belong too. Words are trapped behind a visor, heard by no one but yourself. For a vow meant for Lucia was made ready, there in the FOS auditorium. Joanne turns every gaze toward this corner, two figures rise as one as if on cue. Lucia, something I want to tell you. Alpha steps through the gateway. The image drop beneath her feet never comes. But he imagined. Staring, her feet meet solid ground. The wave of disorientation so violent it nearly tears consciousness from her grasp. Say, hug her while you can, I wish, but I know! It's like, come on! She at least deserves that much! Especially after everything she's been through, regardless of which version of her it is. Lifts her gaze. The magnificent dome of FOS College arches overhead. She then looks down, just in formal wear, the very outfit tailored for her graduation. She remembers too how she once took it out again deliberately for a moment of utmost importance. Tremor runs through her as if she needs to confirm something. A ring. Round is a closed circle, the final link in the loop. In an instant, she feels it. The heartbeat she once had as a human. Every feeling she's ever known surges back into this body. She remembers, with piercing clarity, what a happy day this had been. And the day that demands the greatest courage to return to. Sound returns first. The irrepressible laughter and chatter of friends and alumni rush into the ears of the human named Lucia. In sight, she scans the room, taking in face after face. Flushed bright with excitement, all of them achingly familiar. Ophelia, Adelaide, Cassandra, Joanne. Hands come over her mouth as if to hold back a scream. Everything seems to move in slow motion. The universe showed no mercy for the unfulfilled promise. Someone who cared enough pulled her back into this moment. But behind her comes the sound of steady footsteps. Something I want to tell you. Ring pressed tight in her palm, she turns back, slowly, so slowly, to look once more at the one standing before her. Her breath, she wants nothing more than to run away. This choice is her last. It matters most. So she raises her gaze and looks the person in the eye. You first. Stumbles over the familiar line, forcing them out. But the human before her stays silent and simply offers a smile. She freezes, because in the human's gaze she finds no trace of nervousness. No worry, no expectation. Those eyes still hold countless unspoken things. But all the youthful emotions have faded. Remains as a quiet, knowing happiness. But it's no longer the same as back then. Doesn't even notice the tremor in her own voice. Of course it's not. Alpha. You know everything already. We all do. Looks around, swift and searching. Only then notices that every face carries something suddenly different from before. They're all smiling. Smiles of quiet release. Even Joanne meets her eyes, offering a small nod of understanding. You're gonna stand by your choice. Then you have to let this place go. I don't support this. Not one bit. But Human takes a half step forward and sets off a small stir among everyone watching. Who's going first with the ring? She draws her gaze back, no longer glancing around. There's no need for it anymore. The one before her begins to speak the words that were meant to be hers. Remember what happened on the moon? The lunar rover ride? Not that. No. Swallows down the tightness in her throat and goes on beneath the gaze of hundreds of watching eyes. We both remember. I should offer the comms first, then. I said something to you. Even now, I still. Probably just Earth's reflection on the visor. I told you back then I'd only say it once. I lied. There were so many times I wanted to say it again. Lying awake at 3 in the morning in North Africa, I wanted to say it. Checking my gear before a mission, I wanted to say it. When I saw those sunset photos you sent from the South Pacific, so terribly shot, honestly, but I still wanted to say it. I had something more. Running back to the monastery when I found you on the road and pulled you onto my bike, at the coding shop during the festival, the flea market in Constellia, picking out a bed for the cat. Every single time, I wanted to say it. Suddenly she draws her hand out from behind her back. What a coincidence. Once again, she's the first to bring out the ring. The human follows without hesitation. 2 hands rise to the same height, each one holding a ring. Then facing one another, as being to reveal its tears. Under the witness of FOS. As a witness to her vow, this promise is one she'll never take back. I will not spend my life with you. Right on cue, a thunderous crack splits above the air. The fractures and the last world begins its collapse. I won't stay by your side forever. There's a devour agony, spreading her more completely than the erupting dome. Barely stops itself and take it all back. You're the one who matters most to me. You've always been. She leaves no room for retreat. She says nothing more. I understand. So the human is as understanding and forgiving as always. It gives her the courage to say what she needs to say last. Will you? Cascade splintered glass descends in fragments. The shard refracting the glow above and carrying within it the image of 2 faces side by side. Not marry me forever?
Sunlight through the trees, hear the bell ring. You called my name. I felt the spark, the first light in the dark. I found your eyes, and all the world stood still for one heartbeat. The time we've been through brought me to you. You never knew I was ready to tell you my truth. I see the words behind your eyes.
I lied. After that, there were so many times I wanted to say it again. In North Africa, lying awake at 3 in the morning, I wanted to say it. Before every mission, checking my equipment, I wanted to say it. And when you sent me the photos, that South Pacific sunset, pretty terrible shot, honestly. But even then, I still wanted to say it. For all that has been, all that is, and all there is to come, will you? Not marry me? Let the cursed path be mine to trek. Let the homeward path be mine to chart.
Song that broke PGR community? Nah, I definitely would. Fucking shit. I hate you, girl game. What the fuck? Come on. Oh, cool. Hey. New card. I mean, it's cool and all, but come on. Okay, I get the point, right? I get it. It's like, if she accepted it, she'd be chained to that world, right? Like her spirit would. And same for him, right? Because, again, this void is where all the souls of lingering regrets who got stuck here just stay here, paused in time. She's trying to set him free, because he was stuck here too. I get it, I do. Don't get me wrong, it's perfectly understandable. It's like to do that is to finally stop him from waiting, because that's what he's been waiting at the tree for this whole time. I get it, I do. It's like it's the same with Joanne, because it's like that moment was ruined, right? I get it, but damn, that hurt. I'm actually almost tearing up again. I can see why that song broke the community, because it's like, again, it's like that's another life, that's another history, it's another world. That's not this world. It's not this Lucia. It's not this Alpha. I get it, but it hurts. It hurts so much. Like, oh my god, they really know how to just break your heart. This game really knows how to fucking break your heart. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I understand where they were going with this, but no, you know what? I'll save it for the conclusion. We still have a bit more to go. And now it's time to finally settle this. The last regret. This path we set out on was always meant to be a long journey home. Broken vow dissolves in an instant, for bears in every footprint, across past, present, and future. The effortless auditorium follows fate's design, vanishing into the fog. Fog rises and retreats, erasing every lingering trace until only a solitary figure stands. Because again, it's like, even if she agreed to it, it's like, that's not her promise to make, right? Even though she has the memories of that Lucia. The unfortunate truth is she isn't that Lucia. Damn, Carl Games, what the hell? Eva extends her hand and the Sephiroth's power obeys, drawing the fog inward. This drifting realm too finds where it belongs at last, within Alpha's mind. I've made every choice I had to make. Ah, here we go. Now she's at the bridge across dreams. Where now Alpha has a choice to make, right? Kinda like how Lee did. And like how the Commandant did. The Sephira, forged from pain and misery, seriously, can no longer exist as the crown. Through Alpha's choices, it's now reforged into atheism. Okay. Mr. Regret saturates her body. She who converged every consequence upon herself now tastes the pain, truly for the first time. The fog of her mind rises spectral jagged thorns pierced through her forehead, reshaping, shifting hue, each second a fresh agony. Alpha tries to tear him away, even shadow they cling to her brow, refusing to go. This one's a misery now rooted forever in her face. Humanity developed the crown Sephira, believing that this power to manipulate gravitational fields bring the stars of time within reach. Some would always be dazzled by starlight, forgetting the crushing weight of the crown itself. To put on the crown is to observe and lock in one branch of the universe, shoulder the entire future of the last remaining world. It is interesting because, again, it's like a real crown, right? You do get the power of a king, but with it comes all the responsibilities, all the weight, all the burden, and all the lives of a kingdom are on your shoulders. It's not the be-all kind of like super weapon that you can have, or it's not complete authority that goes uncombated, right? It's the same. This thing that was meant to be power isn't absolute to that degree. But Alpha, now bearing the crown, desires far more. Insatiable, reaches out to absorb suffering of every abandoned world, draw misery onto herself alone. Then no one else would have to grieve. Everyone could smile, applaud, leave the long ordeal behind, stepping into a new world, a new journey reborn. How can a weight that breaks a spine still be called a glorious crown? There are no gods in this world. Only one person, wrist pierced, banging a wooden plank, walking forward without end. Only a demon's body with mismatched eyes and horns jutting from her brow. This is Alpha's path alone, a godless road. Good. This is what I have to do. It's what it means to carry atheism. Behind the gateway, she lets out a bitter smile, carrying what waits beyond, or watches her from the dark. Some hears laughter and opens their eyes. Your fate loves you indeed. One day it will be wholly yours. I've been waiting for you. Being beyond the gate, tell me, what did the other civilizations do when they faced the harvest? Have any worlds made it this far before? The queen lifts her head through the pain, voice urgent, questioning the presence beyond the gate. Yes, but the crown's choice, or in your case atheism's, is what matters most. If you cannot shoulder the weight of that information, the path you have chosen will prove false and collapse before your eyes. Most crowns choose to preserve a handful of the most promising paths. Even when none are perfect, it leaves room to reconsider. But the universe follows conservation, hesitation, fallback options. They ensure one thing: you will never reach the absolute. So the crowns of other civilizations almost never saw it through to the end. So I made the right call. I'll hold the line for the one world that remains. Everything else, I've already cut it away. If I made the right call, I could bring everyone back now, right? Of course. You have made your choice, and you kept only one. Go. Your vanguard team awaits. They will live on with you, moving forward by your will alone. Her voice sets the fog thrumming with resonance. All around Alpha, familiar voices rise, echoing the farewells they once spoke, each one at peace with having been cut away by your choice. The Vanguard team will never leave you behind again. You'll always be our little hero, Alpha. Can I still find you again? I'm sorry, you're my only friends. Maybe I only existed so I could pass this fate on to you. So, it's fine. Everyone at FOS is a Vanguard reserve. I've been ready for this day all along. Just to be clear, in the one world you kept, you didn't enroll at FOS, right? I really don't need another student who turns the whole academy upside down. Lucia, you don't need to look at me. You don't need to ask. I don't mind, because I know that no matter which world you choose to keep, you'll always find your way back to me. Just keep looking forward. No need to look back. Come on now. Let's sail home together. Go. Lead everyone home. Face after face, voice after voice, they gather and converge, slowly coalescing into a single scene. The final note of the chorus fades, yet the solemn auditorium never settles back into silence. On stage, the students buzz with excitement, calling out their questions to someone seated below. Miss Cassandra, what's the name of the song? Oh, how could I forget the most important part? What's the name of the song? She murmurs the words, turning her head. My bad. As she and the students on stage all cast their gaze toward the audience below. The sensor on her arm gives a sudden flicker. It's caught something. The far corner of the auditorium isn't empty after all. Someone's been standing there all along. Trustee Cassandra meets Alpha's gaze and repeats the question, each word weighted with intent. Alpha, what's the name of this school anthem? Stage seems to swell with more and more figures. Joanne, Adelaide, Ophelia. Leora and the others who wove themselves into the bridge across dreams. Chrome, Vanessa, Harley Joe, Simon, Sika, Valeria, Hanif. And beyond them, countless more. Her parents, Luna, her sister, Liv and Lee, her companions and family. Every vanguard from every world stands gathered here, waiting. They're waiting for the name of the anthem, for the answer atheism will give. Alpha speaks. After the long, arduous voyage, he has found a name more worthy of it. Let's call it Homecoming Voyage. This path we set out on was always meant to be a long journey home. At last, a resolute smile settles on Alpha's face. The kind of smile that can only belong to someone who was once truly happy. Vanguard's smile is with her, all of them uniting and accepting Alpha's choice. Alpha raises her hand. The fate of human civilization rests within her grasp. How tightly, how completely. I will bring everyone home. walks onward, hand raised high. Advanced through the auditorium of FOS, the Vanguard song swells around her. Onward she crossing the bridge across dreams. Onward, following the veins of the tree, she crosses through the fog. She plucks the other fruits from the tree, scatters them apart, casts them out into the world. I'll be the one to watch over them. Now, Alpha stands again at the tragic point of divergence. Now the human has not yet bled out. Lucia's Omega Core has not yet caught fire. The battle raging aboard the FOS starship is held in suspension. It was at the instant where every voice still roars in defiance, for the silence and the gray descend. Alpha gazes upon the world, newly pruned, counts the Vanguard one by one, every soul present. Scrubs away the blood left by the vagabonds, staining her body, and rises, bearing the full cost upon her shoulders. No one knows it yet, but the story that had been falling without end just reached its turning point. As Chimera's sanity crumbles, more and more rifts tear through the fog. Lost vagabonds rampage through the fog, lashing out blindly at anything and everything, as if venting rage pent up from enduring corruption for far too long. Lucy tries to prop herself up with her blade and stands, struggling to keep the Omega Core feeding energy to her frame. She's exhausted from battle, yet a faint hope flickers at the edge of her awareness. Chimera seems to be weakening and her wounds are slowly there decaying. Human kneels in the corner, fingers trembling weakly around the gun, gaining strength. Punch to the jaw in the other hand locks it steady. The FOS starship doesn't stop firing. This is no longer a war of attrition without end. The figure red and white has already toppled the most colossal of the vagabonds, surging upward from the depths of the fog to stand before them now. Fog sees of Lucia's fate. In a fleeting instant, she sees Alpha's silhouette crumble beneath some invisible burden. A pitch-black crown atop her head, dripping with melted flesh and viscous vital fluid from the dead. As though she's crushed under an unbearable weight, by something dark and clinging that will never let her go. Her body's a map of scars, caked with the dust of ages, as if she's walked this road for eons uncounted. Before Lucy can look more closely, Alpha's voice reaches her from just ahead. I can take them down now. You don't have to burn yourself out anymore just to force an opening. What? Now I just need everyone to back me up. Alpha's gaze meets the humans in a fleeting exchange. As mortal eyes, she sees only fog, Rollerman misting over, and understands. Vision that sees beyond worlds will not be granted to the human. Not yet. Because that person made a choice long ago. She lowers her eyes, but there's no time to taste even that faint sting of dejection. Alpha! The human's hand finds hers at once. I'll be there for you. The flicker of dejection is gone. Alright, let's get out of the fog, together. Lucy knows herself more deeply than anyone can say her surname. Alpha's changed. Not only in that fleeting double image she glimpsed, but in that crimson-black hue creeping through her hair, her gaze, her voice, every choice. There's a dim elusive memory of focusing it forward to hers, deadly entrusting her with something. She cannot recall when. We may be drifting apart now, but leave when but I believe the world is round, and so is fate. One day, beyond all the paths that pulled us apart, we'll find our way back together. Lucy says nothing more. Single steady nod as she steadies herself. The blade sweeps out, flames roaring to life along its edge. That is her answer. At the same moment, alarm shriek to the FOS starship and Vanessa's voice rings out. We'll take down the Vanguard team together. With those final words, Alpha draws her blade and charges toward the Chimera, the Vanguard. The dead of other worlds tear ceaselessly at her mind. They cannot slow her advance. She knows she's still the same as the day she first set out, pressing forward without hesitation, without ever looking back. That day, little Lucy leaped into the rift in the fog, clinging to her last scrap of hope, and in the corruption, lost every color that had been hers. But even then, she could hear someone calling her name. That voice told her that she has her own future self. She told her that countless souls had fought desperately across world after world, all to deliver this one chance of survival into her hands. Not just the Sephiroth data, not just the school anthem. She said she would find the greatest allies and the strongest support. She would gain an eye that pierces through all things, a hidden power dwelling within. She would wield a blade that never falters, one that can cut through every misery this world had to offer. Just like the hero Alpha she always dreamed of becoming. And so there was nothing left to fear. There's nothing left to fear. There's nothing left to fear. Crimson blade drums in her hand. As her fingers sign around the hilt, the vast power in it trembles with eagerness. Bring it on! Let's go home. What's the boss fight gonna be like then? Are we just gonna face the other monsters, or is it gonna be an actual chimera? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I guess it actually is a chimera. Seriously, one of the creepiest bosses ever. I love him.
私たちが歩んだのは飛行への長い道だった。無双胸キュート走破栄光よ愛好の尾をつかめ深淵よひれ伏すがいいそれ進まないでそれジャン胸
Oh shit. Wow, this place is as crazy as where the Live Imperia frame was at. What the hell? Maybe this or Chico the Beyond is that. Wait, what's the question? I'm kinda getting confused. don't think I understand the question.
最高の
Okay, now the real battle starts. Let's do this. Wait, what? Oh, fuck you. What? Oh, you can pull the same twins bullshit? Oh, shit. Oh, okay, I get it. I have to coordinate with the colors. Wait, what is she? Ow. Nope. Nope.
胸
Okay, come on.
栄光よ愛好の尾をつかめ
Nope. Ow. Oh my god. Yeah, this is starting to hurt.
無双急速踏破 私がこの道を導いてあげる栄光よ愛好の尾をつかめ無双不滅深淵よひれ伏すがいいまだ終わりじゃない
Oh, look at the animation! So much better.
私たちはいずれ間違った道を歩む捨て駒になる被害にたどり着けず故郷も奪還できないまま全ての犠牲は無駄なのよあなたが選んだ道に救いなんてない皆さんルシアあなたの後ろには闇しかない間違った道を歩みながらなぜ刀を振るうの遠回りしてもいいし道を間違えてもいいでも後戻りはしないあなたの帰る道をこれで消え去るここが私の帰る道よ
May your journey home be but damn it, I missed something. What? I missed something? Damn it. I want to go back and do it then. Whatever the hell it is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but oh, maybe it was the stuff with the colors, right? Maybe I'm supposed what it Nah, you know what? I want the achievement. I want it. I need this achievement. I'm gonna figure out what this is. But that was a cool ass cutscene. But yeah, let's just go to the boss fight. Fuck this.
私たちが歩んだのは超えの長い道だった。栄宝よ、愛好の尾をつかめ。無双。それ。深淵よ、ひれ伏せばいい。たとえ魂のない抜け殻だとしても必ず連れて帰るわ。ダン無双。栄宝よ、愛好の尾をつかめ。私たちの声を聞いて。栄宝よ、愛好の尾をつかめ。それ。運命の本流は止められない。君と勝ちなさい。砕けなさい。あの素晴らしい過去に戻れるなら。私が飛行の道を導いてあげる。味わいなさい。私たちが決めた栄宝よ、愛好の尾をつかめ。ダン無双。私たちの声を聞いて。深淵よ、ひれ伏せばいい。
No, I missed it. What did I miss? One thing I'm hoping for. Please don't be a dinosaur with a gun. They've done that so many times. Oh yeah, true. Now that I think about it, they have done that a lot, haven't they? No, what am I missing? Why is this achievement? I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't feel like it's locked in this battle, or maybe I'm supposed to take the hit. Is that what it's supposed to be? I'm supposed to take the hit or something? Because sometimes they have that, where I'm supposed to kind of like take massive damage or something. I don't know. Or am I supposed to like block that thing? Like when it tries to drag me to like a parallel world or battlefield or something? I don't know. Fuck, I'm pissed. I'm about to figure out what that is, but I'll probably do that off screen because I really don't want to. I really want to complete this. This was amazing. It is an amazing chapter. But anyway, now we have to finish this. And just blazing, the FOS starship tears through the fog and bursts back into the cosmos in a single flash. The hand of the universe sweeps across the starship, casts off a shockwave that should have torn it apart, vanishes in half a heartbeat. Every disaster that ought to have struck smoothed away into nothing. Oh, give me a sec, I'll be right back. Play this song again, 10 out of 10 would cry again. Yeah, I'd agree. What's happening? Ripped from a flying dimension back into three-dimensional space, their limbs and bodies abruptly turn to their command. His first response is a unanimous visceral revolt. Steers across the starship, retch and heave in a cacophony of misery. Back on Babylonia, everyone scrambles in a controlled frenzy. FOS signature confirmed. Requesting emergency dock. Put us through now. All 9 docking ports cleared for approach. Automated coordination modules online. Trajectory calculations still crunching. Gestalt! Starship orbital insertion confirmed. Attitude nominal. Trajectory synchronization will be complete within 1 revolution. Docking conditions satisfied. Commencing docking procedure with sector E2159. Estimated docking time remaining 22 minutes 8 seconds. The flicker of static ripples through Gestalt's broadcast as if the AI itself were pausing to think. That is something no supercomputer should. Speak through unexpected warmth calling out. FOS, welcome home. Staff members still for half a breath and slip straight back into the rhythm of their work. Clear the dock. Hold everything. All stations listen. High concentration punishing virus readings detected aboard the FOS starship. These levels. We're looking at an agent class hostile at minimum. No, readings still spiking. Alert. Science Council Sector S2135 under direct assault. Enemy punishing virus signatures confirmed as ascendant class or higher. All my beacon connections across Babylonia have gone dark. Level 2 alert. Hey, that thing on the FOS starship. I see her. Staff member lifts their head and rises unsteadily to their feet, gaze locked helplessly on a humanoid figure atop the starship. Level 1 alert. Atop the starship, the fog clears to reveal a figure in red and white, rising up bright. Tilts her head back, strains her spine, and tucks a stray strand of hair behind her ear. She needs no protection to stand exposed in a vacuum of space. She uses a blade with unhurried grace and gazes down at Babylonia below. Step by step, she walks forward, burdened by the weight of the cosmos, and steadily descends toward Babylonia's bridge. All units, stand by! Level 1 alert, prepare to engage. Her hand set on the staff member's shoulders. Step back. Non-combatants fall back. Oh shit, yeah, they brought out the big guns. The lean female commandant starts forward. Human soldiers and consorts mass at her back. Weapons raised, they push toward the bridge and river for stride. Laser sights peppering the red-white figure from closer crimson dots. Alpha catches sight of Liv and Lee among the throng. Footsteps halt at the very edge of the starship. She doesn't advance another step. Standoff stretches nearly 30 minutes. Docking complete. Internal and external pressure nominal. Opening hatch. As the FOS starship's hatch yawns open, several pale faces emerge before the waiting army. Harsh glare of Babylonia sears Vanessa's vision, nearly forcing her eyes shut. Puts herself one step forward, but overestimates her strength and lurches sideways. Seeing Vanessa stumble, the human reaches out to steady her, only for those same limbs to give way. Lucia catches the human from the side. Commandant! Liv and Lee are the first to break formation, looking forward to catch everyone before the new FOS team collapses like dominoes. Valeria's gaze landed instantly on the dark red stains blind as soon to close. Her brow furrows. After Liv and Lee, Star Life medics surge into the starship under armed escort, facing death for every second. The next battle has begun. Alpha remains standing aboard the starship the entire time, hand resting lightly on the hilt of her blade. She makes no other move, only watching the FOS students evacuate one by one, simply keeping watch. In the fog within her mind, the voice of herself seems to rise questioning. What do you think, Alpha, when you watch everyone rush toward their happiness? After starting everything, now you decide to take it all back? Those fragile feelings really gone from you now? Don't you wish they would stop, just once, look back at you? Alpha lowers her head once more, her gaze suddenly got Human and Lucia beside. Lucia who can find happiness. This is good enough. When Human withdraws from the starship as the final one, the soldiers soundly open the path for all the Grey Raven. Only then does Alpha let her gaze fall, can no longer. Bends her knees and propels herself down the starship's summit. Has no intention of damaging Babylonian structures, and so chooses to leave via the bridge. Leave quietly, just like that. The way vigilance fixed upon her doesn't waver. Human pauses as well, turning to look. Alpha. Alpha moves 2 steps closer to the bridge. The soldier's aim tracks her every move, sights fixed on the back of her head. Don't move, Alpha. This ends here. But Alpha doesn't stop. Amid the bristling standoff, the human reaches out a hand, lips parting, clearly on the verge of saying something. Will it be thank you, or I'm sorry, or stay, Alpha? Alpha says nothing more. She doesn't stop. Her eyes remain fixed ahead, utterly indifferent to the red dots swarming across her. She walks straight past the human, past Grey Raven. Perhaps they're simply strangers now. Perhaps there's a where they part ways for good. But she doesn't need an answer anymore. Because atheism made an internal vow with the human long ago. To walk the path that leads away from happiness. Just as she does now, moving resolutely in the opposite direction from everyone, towards the bridge's far end, and then to the dark of the universe. Homecoming voyage. All the... Beneath the tree, Alpha gazes at Earth. Leora and the others are right. Dominic made other plans. Humanity's already on the path Dominic foresaw. I'll make sure they stay on course. At least for now. They'll need my guidance. Alpha extends her hand and points to the heart of the Atlantic. Open your eye. Where her finger grazes the Atlantic, one eye stares open. That human, who should have shared my vision. She can no longer bring herself to speak the name of the one she left behind, or she might have walked through a lifetime with. Your starting point. This is where you'll find it too. One after another, she lays down threads of causality in the Atlantic's depths. Wait. But wait, someone else? Interesting. So there's someone else who she's trying to steer. Fascinating. But she suddenly senses something, as if another gaze is fixed on the very thing she watches. She traces it a few seconds and finds it coming from the black and white construct. Another variable, it seems. Ooh. Is this someone we know, or someone different? I don't think it would be Lilith, right? Because she has more of a purple feel to her. Would it be Eulytus again? Was that his name, or was that someone, or was it a different name? I sense Ophelia's presence in her. Ophelia? She takes a long, careful look. The Sea of Atlas searches for the new queen. Its roar shaking the sky, exposing the immense great coastline. Corruption hangs thick in the air. Corpses litter the tidal flats without end. The bodies of humans and constructs, whales and sharks, apes and serpents, birds. Silver strands knot through them like umbilical cords running from evolution's birth to the grave, descending to the abyss. Atheism. You finally gained this sight. The Spider-Woman stands at the far end of the sea of corpses. Ophelia's sister, Helentine. I have my sister to thank. Through her, you already knew of me. But unlike the price you paid, it is only through this body that I can stand before you here. Ophelia. Damn it, I'm trying to remember who was Ophelia. I'll have to check the boss details later to see if maybe it's someone we faced or if it's just a different character. But Helentine, okay. What do you want to tell me? The other end of the scale. Raises a hand and the waves shudder. Spider silk from her 5 fingers hauls up a multitude of decayed bodies, weaving them into twin spirals against the sky. The universe's information follows the conservation law. You have witnessed its greatness and have felt its power. You have found the truest vein and severed all other branching paths. In turn, this civilization shall pay a price equal to your choice. Right, because now we're really starting to get to the present, right? Because even Dominic said that the commander that he met, or that he has with him in that space, shouldn't wake up for 7 days, right? Which would be the point in time in which I made my choice. Correct? If it's playing along that same lapse of time, right? Is it? Or am I just confusing it with something else? And it's like, that doesn't matter. That's just Dominic reflecting from that version of the world. I guess it could be that too, but... But yeah, it's like, they will have a price to pay. Because, again, we made it far to this point, but it's like, will we survive? Because, again, we keep making it through disasters that should have happened. Like, the battle between other mechanoids and humans, like having the war, and then the eternal winter, and all that other stuff. But it's like, is this where the real unpredictable disasters will start to happen now, stuff that we wouldn't have known from our other histories. It's like, now this is one of those major ones that we couldn't have accounted for. Because, I mean, I know we've had all these other, like, boss fights and these other Ascendant things, but they're not equal to those disasters that really put us to the test, right? At least not in that same sense. So I was like, is this probably the place where it's like, we'll be really unprepared, where we know, like, absolutely nothing. And it will be the true test of humanity for the first time. Further down this path, humanity will yet face other perils summoned by the filtering itself. When that time comes, you, an overseer who has forsaken fate itself, will have no choice but to accept humanity's desperate gamble and aid them in it, whatever the outcome may be. So like maybe she can see like the threads of fate. One meets Alpha's gaze. Waves crash against ancient reef rock that's weathered eons. Is this the future you want? Kala's figures flash before Alpha's eyes. It's an answer Alpha's never hesitated over. I've burned away my own future for this path humanity now walks. It'll be long and arduous, but it is the true one. They'll follow my shadow and walk to an even farther tomorrow. I see. Valentine gazes up at the boundless ocean. The spirals of decayed flesh weave and coil together, saturated with seawater, summoned to the most ancient of single-celled life. The helix's sequence holds 10 base pairs, each matched to one of the 10 fruits upon this tree. Philo tree? It is the cradle of all consciousness. But as life multiplied and diverged, all living souls lost the bridge that once connected them to the roots. From a certain moment, the sky and earth began to pull apart. Lightning scarred the dome of heaven. Cells divided and converged, from ocean to land, all the way up to the late Devonian. Until the life form called the tree rose to rule the world. This is a solution that belongs to Earth alone. Every story will find its answer along this vein. You and a human use it to seal the breach. But the master of the punching virus will choose a new agent for that same reason. So now it's time for the system to fight back. It was gonna happen eventually. I understood this long ago. The fallow tree of Osha was never anyone's invention. Dominic simply stood upon the right path before anyone else did. Yeah. It's like, it's something that already exists. It's just something that needed to be established. With a faint smile, Valentine gazes toward the vast ocean. Then you should also understand that humanity never needs to seek miracles from graves. I'm starting to wonder, are you the real Valentine, or just a shadow cast by a Sephira? I've read the ordained path of fate, and this moment was never part of it. That is precisely our purpose. I paid the price to warn you. You as an overseer. That change is coming. You would do well to master the rules of this world through the Philo tree, and soon. Alpha sifts through Valentine's past and future. The change Valentine spoke of, Alpha spots a familiar figure. Shall I tell you how it ends ahead of time? Don't bother. Alpha first lays her gaze at the colossal tree, growing dense and wild on the nourishment of rotting fireflies. It's my destiny to witness every choice made by human civilization. The final result is only the destination. What I'm truly here to oversee is every twisted decision and every second that passes between now and then. Ooh, we got some more secret stuff happening. In a temporary camp at the surface, Luna opens her eyes as well. Seems only a sliver of time has passed since she watched Alpha leave. The panicked fish is still beside her, only looking even more flustered now. Right, because even Icing said she was able to, like, put a stop to Luna. But why was that so important? Because she would have probably made it to Alpha during the stage in the with the power of the Ascension Network? Or... FOS. It just reappeared. Lemmy brandishes a comms terminal she somehow acquired, gesturing at the server-wide notice. Roland, meanwhile, looks like he already knew the answer. My. Should we be preparing a little congratulatory speech? The lost one has finally found her own path. Yeah, I guess, surprisingly, even though she's supposed to be the strongest of the group, she was the only person who hadn't really found her resolve, right? Compared to everyone else, Luna had hers, Roland had his, and Lamia definitely had hers. But Alpha, so it's like she kind of was the stagnant one with no other purpose aside from protecting Luna. She's found where her fate first took root. Luna suddenly realizes her upward gaze means no hindrance. The sky into the cosmos, barriers are dissolving for her. She's beginning to see through everything. She reaches out to touch the air before her, control answering almost at will. She's certain now. Her connection to this Ascension network is remade, just as Alpha said. She's held tight to the memory of that phone call. I need you to remember this. Someday in the future, I'm going to contain the fog and use my power to disrupt the Ascension network. It might not be too long before that day comes. You'll know when it does. What you do then is entirely up to you. You want to take the Ascension network for yourself? I'll be there for you. It's Sis. She handed me the key to total dominion over the Ascension network. Oh, so that's what that really was. Interesting. So then what did Icing do to stop her then? Because she said she had done something, but... Or she was assured that she wouldn't do anything. What, did she maybe hear that message that Luna had, or that Alpha had casted the void much earlier and she knew she wouldn't, or... I'm so confused. The timing is precise. My winter power is being disrupted by certain anomalies. Her eyes narrow, tracing the wellspring of every anomaly back to one agent who can't seem to stop provoking Babylonia. So it's you. Quiets the noise in her mind with methodical precision, fixes her course ahead, and nods to the other two ascendants before moving beyond the forest. I'll always stand beside you, Sis. So for now, let's begin by exterminating the little bugs causing all these anomalies. Oh, the Ascendant's finally back in action? I love that. Luna makes her choice as well, resolving to hold her position as an agent for now. Role steeped in hatred, or perhaps love. The power of Ascension will continue to serve the path she deems right. Damn! We got some crazy stuff going on. And I'll check that Ophelia thing in a sec, but we have to finish the story once and for all. All the best. To finish recording.
もう始まってるの？カウントダウンくらいしてよ。
Oh.
指揮官、この録音を聞いている頃にはもうみんな知ってるはずよね。ずっと言おうと思っていたんだけど、二人ってファウンスの頃からバレバレなのに自分たちはうまく隠せてると思ってるでしょう。ルシアはバレてないつもりだろうけど、いつも隣の席を空けてるわよね。誰のためかわからないとでも。まあみんなあの光景が好きだから何も言わなかったんだろうけど、愛し合う二人を見てるとこっちまで幸せになるの。まだ何も始まってないのに感傷的にならないで。無駄話はいいから早く本題に入りなさい。でないと私が。
Oh, that's right. Yes, she had a sister. Yes, of course. I forgot. Yes, right. I'm like, we literally just used Ophelia in the story. Why couldn't I remember? Right. Helentine is Ophelia's sister. Yes, of course. Because they were both doing that research with, like, kind of like the mind and stuff too, right? Ah, okay. But again, like she said, is that the real Helentine, or is it just some figment pretending to be her? Because it's like I said, there could potentially be an Adelaide, an Ophelia, a Helentine, or something like that in this world, or maybe they just don't exist yet. right? So it's like, what's the case with this? Especially in this world.
待って、話はまだ終わってない。ルシア、指揮官、2人のことは入学初日からずっと見てきたわ。何度も喧嘩して、何度も任務をこなして、何度も死にかけた。質電技術の研究中、何か進展があったらすぐに参加したがったわよね。手伝いたい気持ちはわかるけど、無茶しすぎて心配になるのよ。無茶する2人が一緒になったらろくなことにならないわ。でも2人を止めることはできない。そうなのよね。結局付き合っちゃったし。どっちが告白したのかしら。私はルシアにかけるわ。これから先はどこへ行こうと、宇宙であれ偏僻な場所であれ、しっかり寄り添い合うのよ。もう無茶はしないで。私たちの祝福を胸にずっと幸せでいて。こんなところかしら。アデレーネから2人が帰ってきたって連絡も来たし。え、私まだ最後まで話せてないのに。早く。とにかくルシア、指揮官、相手のプロポーズは受け入れること。みんな2人のことを応援してるから。大好きよ。絶対に2人の幸せを守るわ。私も大好き。みんなずっと幸せでいようね。来るわ。早くしまって。それと末永くお幸せに、指揮官。ルシアもね。2人ともお幸せに。ファウンスは永遠に。
The recording that will never be played comes to a sudden stop. Right, what was that message then? All the best to you, Lucia. I wonder what the purpose of that was, though. I guess it was like, this is like the ending for, that Lucia, right? Of that world, I guess? I don't know. Because also, they kept saying Commandant, right? Like, I know it's like, for the story, maybe they didn't want to, like, put the person's name over and over, so they put Commandant, but it's like, how would they know to say Commandant then if it's like, we hadn't graduated and stuff like that? We wouldn't even be Commandants in this world, right? We're kind of doing different things. It's not like we're controlling constructs and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe that doesn't matter, but I'm just curious what the point of this is. I guess, again, just to show, like, that there were still others hoping for that future for them, and it's like, this is unfulfilled. It hurts. It definitely does hurt. If anything, I'm actually holding the urge to cry. I'm not capping. You can hear my voice wavering, but wow. 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 What a fucking chapter. I think I've already told you guys this now, but this is by far, right now, the peak of Honkai... okay, I don't know why I'm saying that. Punishing Grey Raven's storytelling. Like, oh my god. What a development. What a story. What reveals. The shocker, the tension, the drama, the heartbreak. It's all fucking there. From when you go from just this one, like, celebratory graduation or reunion of commandants to this whole disaster, and it's like, this is the strength of FOS, right? It's the strength of the Vanguard team. It's the strength of humanity that pursued an end even though it seemed impossible, right? Because it starts first with us trying to survive this impossible situation in the fog, right? But then you go to the truth about the Vanguard team, or what one of the Vanguard teams did in another history, in another world. And what they did for our world and possibly other worlds. And then you go to the next generation of Vanguards, being us. Like Joanne, the Commandant, Cassandra, Adelaide, Ophelia, and Lucia. And then we get back to here where we are the last remnants of this struggle. And all we can do is continue to fight for it, because that's what we've been doing. It's the proof we existed. It's the proof that our fight continues, that nothing from before should completely define the present forever. That may have been the case with certain points, but it's never completely set in stone. But can I say, my god, how many times you felt heartbreak in this fucking story, in this one chapter, with all the people that are supposedly friends of the current commandant passing, trying to protect the students, which is the spirit of FOS. And then with the Vanguard team, which is kind of another world's version of what FOS College would be, right? With Leora and Nemo and the rest of the team. Shaper River Homecoming Voyage. Yeah, truly heartbreaking story chapters. And like I said, they were kind of the spirit of FOS, but in that world with chaos contamination. And then their partings were also it hurt a lot too. And then what Lucia has sacrificed throughout this entire journey and through every history, all so that one Lucia can find happiness. And also the struggle that Joanne, Ophelia, and Adelaide went through to create chances for the people they trust are humanity's hopes, right? Adelaide and Ophelia gave their lives so then Joanne could give this potential miracle to Lucia and Xanthos. Regardless, even if they knew they wouldn't be there for it, they knew that in the end, it's who we are. It's what FOS stands for. The survival of humanity. And even Joanne herself, taking the risk, knowing what it would do to her, putting on the crown, even knowing it would break her mind, and knowing that traversing to this world, she'd commit sins in order to do so, but it's for the greater good, for the whole, which always is the question. Is it worth it? Is this the only option we have? Is there nothing else? What else do we have to sacrifice? And even seeing Vanessa also glow up too, because we really started to see Vanessa in a much more better light, because I'm not saying it was in a bad light, because I also hadn't done her floating record with her and Bombinetta, but even so, it's you really got to see her take charge for humanity, right? Even though she knows she doesn't get to do the same kind of stuff the Commandant does. What she does is just as important, maybe more important for what the Commandant does, because behind the scenes these things also are just as important, because everything that they've all learned in FOS is what brings them to this stage to make these decisions, to have the confidence, the determination, and the courage to continue the fight. And even continuing on to who Lucia ended up becoming. Because again, it's that's probably what hurts, right? Because even though you say, oh, it's just the memories of a different Lucia, she's still Lucia at the end of the day. Even if she calls herself Alpha, in her root, she is Lucia. So it would still hurt her. We saw that it still hurt her to not accept it. But she knew that in order for any Lucia to gain happiness, this is the path that she must tread. Especially since this is the only world in which two exist. So for her, it's let me take it. I'm like the older sister. I'm the one to take this burden. You should be able to live free. You should be able to find happiness, because out of all of us, you're the only one with a chance. Especially the only one who can be this close to Commandant in these trying times, unlike in all the other histories. And I love this whole idea of what the fog is, right? It's the embodiment of regret. It's the embodiment of people who lost themselves to despair. Like, I know that's not entirely what it is in complete logic, but it is in some sense, right? Because the lingering voices of those who lost, those who failed, those who had the dead ends. For Lior, for Joanne, for even the Commandant too, which I thought was an awesome way to do it. Because it's like I said, where was Lucia? Where was the Commandant from that time? And it's like, when the boss was speaking in the final battle here in the animated scene, I think that was Lucia's voice too. I think that was her regrets, right? Because the memories flowed into this Lucia, but she isn't that Lucia, right? Because it's the same as back then. Back then, when she went through her rebirth, she wasn't the same Lucia. She was a different one, but just with memories from another history, right? So it's the same here. She could have taken this path, but she knows it's not hers. It's another one's. And that's why I think this is. In the end, this chimera is also her regret, but it's shaped the strongest because it's the only one aware out of all these histories, out of all these worlds. And it's the one connecting all these other regrets. The Commandants, Joanne's, Leora's, the Vanguard team, the Commandants, all of them. It's all their regrets, and she's the one, right? Because that's what it sounded like. Because the voice, the way it was speaking, it seemed more like Lucia's voice, like ROG Lucia, not like Alpha Lucia voice, to me. I mean, of course it sounds warped, so maybe it's not supposed to be, I don't know, but to me it sounded like she was talking to Lucia, to herself. And it's like, you can't go back to the past. You can't live a lie like that. It will grant you happiness, but that's not what Lucia is. That's not what she fought for. It's not what she sacrificed for. Because sure, it's a regret she didn't get to live the life with Commandant like she wanted for that peace, but in the end, it's like, this is still at least a chance. Because that's the other thing too, it's like, this is still a doomed future. This isn't already a peaceful world that's just like surviving troubles that could lead it to disaster. This world is still a disaster, but that doesn't mean you can just give up, right? There's always a chance. Just because the odds are slim does not make it impossible. When you give up, that is when everything's done, when it's over. But as long as you don't, there's always the chance to make a miracle happen. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be a week from now, it may not even be a year, but when you give up, it's all over. That's the fact of the matter. And yes, it did hurt. And the song too, I will say, amazing. But it hurt. It hurt having to go through that. But I love what they did. And like you said, Kuro Games really optimized Alpha's role in this game. They really have. Because before, she was just a reflection of like what Alpha, or of the secrets of Babylonia that she had to bear, right? That's just who she used to be, and then just a protector of Luna. But they really went beyond to even make her like an overseer, similar to Ishmael, but unlike her, she's not breaking the rules because she's not under their rule. I find that really cool, because again, it's like, she's Lucia's other half. She's not the dark side of Lucia, but the other half. Surely she should have just as much of an important role as the current Lucia. And it is, because again, it's like you have a hero in the light, right? Being our Lucia and Grey Raven. But then you have the dark hero, the unsung hero, and that is Alpha. I love that relationship. I love that duality, and it really shows here just how much it really weighs on the world. Like, I can't say anything better. It is just amazing through and through. Was it long? Hell yes. But is it worth it? Fuck yes. So for all you who still haven't gotten to this chapter, please try to get to this. I will hands down say, in my opinion right now, this is the greatest chapter in PGR. And I know you could say like, oh, along the way, it's like we still had bangers. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, there were still other amazing chapters. The Bianca's chapter part 2 that takes place much later in the chapter 30s. The Crimson Weave chapter. The Hyperreal Lead chapter. The Live Imperia chapter. Those are still bangers, without a doubt. But this, it's where that evolution has truly peaked even further beyond. It is just that amazing, because like I said, all the heartbreak, all the tension, all the drama, the reveals, the shock, the surprise, the anticipation, the mystery, it's all packed here. And again, you can say the fighting, there wasn't that much of it, but again, it's supposed to be a story. It's supposed to be a truth reveal. It's supposed to be a resolve tempering over time and through trial and tribulation. And this was it. And it really speaks to the spirit of Lucia as a whole. Both Lucia of Grey Raven and Lucia of the Ascendants. Though they walk different paths, that fire in their eyes, it never burns out. Even if it starts to flicker a bit here and there, it still persists. Even against the most turbulent of winds, even against the mightiest of storms. It still burns. And it won't ever go out, no matter what happens. And I think this was the greatest interpretation. And I love that the Homecoming Voyage, name of the chapter, is from the FOS song. Because, again, this is the spirit of FOS. Not just from their perspective, not just from Lucia's, but also what the Commandant strives for, what Vanessa strives for, what these up-and-coming youngsters strive for, and what the OG Vanguard team strived for. It's really symbolic in that way, and I love it. It was amazing. From beginning to end, this was an amazing chapter. Like I said, I would say, again, this is just my opinion, the greatest chapter in PGR. And of course, again, you had the stars, the Commandant, Alpha, Lucia, but you also had other great characters like Vanessa in there along the way. And again, the way they highlight the characters here too, like our classmates, the Vanguard team, but again, it didn't stretch too far. Like, let's be honest, if they really wanted to stretch it that far to make you feel even more, let's be honest, they probably could have gotten this to 40 parts. Let's be honest, they probably could have. But even they knew it's like, there's at least enough with the right words, with the right motions, with the right music, with the right setting. You'd be able to feel for these characters, not for without taking too much of your time. And again, that just shows how masterful the writing is. The writing is just that good that under this amount of time, you can feel for these characters and want to continue and be like, what's next? How will it end? It really grabs you to stay throughout this whole journey, no matter what. And I love it. Like, seriously, how many different characters were here? Like, I don't even know. Like, it's crazy. It's amazing. That's what I love about this. And again, with Alpha as the main character, you couldn't have picked a better character to be the star. Because in the end, it's like, it still symbolizes the Lucia that we have in Grey Raven, and the Lucia, the OG, true Lucia throughout all the worlds. But alright, before we end the stream, we have one more thing to do. And now it's not the completion of the chapter points, I know. If this chapter only be a movie would be great as a promotion. Oh, if they made this a movie, they'd have to sell out, bro. I wouldn't take anything less, because seriously, you could make this an anime. You could make it. Again, it would be a problem considering it's still ongoing, but I mean, to be fair, One Piece still keeps going even though the manga hasn't ended yet. But if you could make this into an anime, it'd be stellar. It'd truly be an amazing storytelling anime. Probably one of the best, especially since, again, we put a lot of different characters into it, but I see the problem with like floating records, the collabs, side stories, connect events, all that stuff. I get it. Like, you probably couldn't. But even just this main story, then even you just put like the floating records as like OVAs or like movies for an anime, I think it'd still be a hit. Because like I said, their writing skills for this story, it's unbelievable. Truly. Like, I've read other books like Hunger Games, Maze Runner, and when I first saw those were like, wow, they really opened like the field as to like what you can write, the worlds you can create with a pen and paper. But this has gone beyond all of that. Would I have liked it if it had voice acting? Of course, but look, some things don't have everything, alright? And even so, like I said, even without the voice acting, I still teared up a lot of times with this. I think chapter only for a standalone movie would be enough. No, I agree. I mean, to be fair, some of these, they could just be standalone movies and they'd be bangers. But I agree, like, for promotion, if you really want to, like, stick it out, like, make it be like, oh, what's the best representation of this? Of, like, what PGR is capable of? It would be that chapter 41. 100%, without a doubt. Not to say the others couldn't, but it's like, this is where they've gotten to, and this is the proof of you guys are missing out, for those of you not playing this. Oh my god, what a chapter. And like I said, I know, I don't have this last thing. I don't know what this last thing for the achievement is. May your journey home be blessed. I don't know what I'm supposed to do for this. So I'm gonna try to look that up later, and then probably try to do that, because I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do for it, because I really want this emblem. Because like I said, I love this chapter. I deserve to get an emblem for this, considering how much I loved it. But like I said, before we end the stream, gotta take on the boss one last time. Or a couple times, actually. So where is this thing? Here we go. Nebulous Vigil. Seriously, what a crazy chapter. And again, I like how grotesque looking the boss is, because it's like, this is what despair can look like. That's what I think is great about this too. This chimera is a great representation of all the negative emotions people have, right? Like, they like lurch onto you. They try to drag you down. They can feel painful. They can feel weird. You can get chills. That's what I think is amazing, and I think that's probably why they called it Chimera, because it's all these negative emotions. It's all these regrets. All of it compiled into a beast, right? Because even when you try to stand against your own negativity, your own, what's it called? Your own fears, it's scary. It's scary to go against your own fears. It's scary to go against the possibilities of if you fail. But that's the kind of beast you'll have to fight again and again as you try to survive in a world. Especially in a world like this in Punishing Gray Raven. So I think it's the perfect personification of that regret. So I love what they did with the boss here. It's like, it can be cruel. It can pound you down to the ground over and over. It can beat you senseless by how much it wants to drag you down, make you give up. But it's like, no. Alpha's just gonna keep going because that's just who she is. She's just that badass. Like that they put DMC theme for Alpha. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. In the back of my mind, I'm like, this is the DMC thing, isn't it? Don't worry, I'm not putting True Shukra. I'm gonna put Alpha here. It's just this is my main ice team all the time because I really have fun with this ice team. I won't have to figure out how to do this, but I have to figure out how I'm gonna work with this team, but that's something I'll figure out later. Frames condensed nitrogen, they replace it. Look, I know this isn't the perfect team, okay? I'm just doing what I want. But alright, I'm gonna see if we can do all of these. So, wish me luck. This one shouldn't take too long because it's just stage 1. This is the new team? Oh, okay, good. So it's just, I need to learn how to play with it. Yeah, because does anyone else feel like there's a hint of like a Lucia voice in there? Or is it just me? Alpha Carry? Yeah. Oh boy, here we go again. Ooh. Ooh. Nope.
後ろは僕に任せ。
支援プロトコル起動。
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
栄光よ、愛好の王つかめ。
支援プロトコル。
後ろは僕に任せて。それ。じゃん。不滅。深淵よ、ひれ伏すがいい。後ろは僕に任せて。栄光よ、愛好の王つかめ。後ろは僕。
支援プロトコル起動。
悪道をたどり尽くす。地獄の奥には一人で向かう。
Okay. I'll admit, I'm doing something wrong. Because, and again, maybe this is a me thing, but I feel like I usually cleared stage 1s a lot faster. Because how long did that take? Like 2, 3 minutes? Usually when I do this, I can clear it in like 1 minute. And I think I'm using alpha properly. Again, it might just be that I'm not using the effect thing properly, but I don't know. I don't feel like I did that great. Maybe I need to change the leader. Hold up. Oh yeah, because I put ignition damage. Is it probably this? Make it easy to target on fire and deal damage to over time. They say to put Wanchi as starter. Oh really, Wanchi as starter. Project. Oh, right. Because again, for ignition, maybe I have to. Oh, okay. Am I supposed to like put ice and then light it up? Is that how it works? Maybe that's how it would work. If I use Teddy as starter, I'll test it. I'll see what happens with Wanchi as starter. I don't have a problem. Like I said, I have fun playing with this entire ice team because it's easy to use all of them. Like Lady or Chushukra, this Wanchi Lucid Dreamer, and then the Teddy one. But I'll test it. Alright. Huh? Oh, damn. I was about to say, why isn't my shot firing?
逃げも隠れもさせないよ。弱点見つけたよ。進まないで。いい調子ね。逃げも隠れもさせないよ。
ウイルスプログラムインストール。侵入デジタル空間。リンク化。ワームウイルス。ウイルスプログラム雑魚レベルね。偽りを破壊する。支援プロトコル起動。
後ろは僕に任せて。後ろ
支援プロトコル起動。
全と断絶。栄光よ、愛好の王つかめ。戦の道、弱点見つけたよ。
いい調子ね。支援プロトコル。
逃げも隠れもさせないよ。行こう。屍を越えてもっと遠くへ。
Now that was a lot better. That definitely felt like I did it a lot better than the last time. Again, maybe it's because maybe it's because the effects, right? Is that what's happening? I feel like that's what's happening, because let me check what each person does. Okay, glaciation. I mean, I know I'm not applying these, but like, create a small low temperature area. Amount of every task can be unlocked in parameters. The frames condense nitrogen for replace this chemical reaction with optimized emission, making it easy to set target on fire. Oh, maybe it's because I'm stacking these, right? Because I'm stacking the glaciation and ignition from these. And when plasmas focus on crust, electric arc reading. Is that what it is? It's kind of like a dot team aspect? I don't know. I might be wrong with this, but I want to check. Hold up. What am I doing with this? I want to see if I can read it, but I don't think I can. Okay, attack and ice damage. Let's see. What about this other one I said? Multiply extinguisher silenced abyss like doubles. Okay, with the hyper tuning, right? What did I do with the weapon? Attack increased by 10%, grants 360 blade, 10 upon deployment, blade mark, blah blah. Okay, that's not it. Yeah, I'm trying to see what it actually does. Maybe the damage boost description. Major damage effect. Derivative damage, ready use character effect. Corresponding skill defense for this thing. Okay. Turns charges forward. Ice damage when wheeling Kodachi. Ice damage when wheeling Kodachi. Blah blah blah. Okay, so I'm not against I'm just trying to like get a better understanding of this because it's like I feel like I'm missing something. Use the air circling ice damage. Because I'm trying to think like is it because I'm like going from like ice damage to then using ignition, so then like kind of like when you put a very high temperature with a very low temperature, it causes like a mini explosion, kind of like they did in like that My Hero Academia fight with Todoroki and Deku. So is it something like that effect where it's like it's making that damage compile much more, especially since I'm putting the ignition effect, or is it something else? It might not be something like that. It's probably something else more statistical, but I don't know. I'm just trying to get a better grasp as to what exactly I'm doing differently. Alright, anyway. Ah, damn. I messed up. I'm not sure about how to use ignition effect. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, finally. What I want to do. Come on. Here we go. 2, 3. Yep. Here we go. Alright, now switch to alpha. Do this. Oh, there we go. Now I put ignition. What? I didn't see that before. Oh, whatever. I might do that. Oh, ignition's about to wipe out. Shit. Nope. Just do it. Oh yeah. Just like Beat Saber, come on. Nope. Nope. Gotcha. Here we go. Let's go.
戦の道筋歩むのは激殺のみ
いい調子ね。支援プロトコル起動。
逃げも隠れもさせないよ。行こう、屍を越えてもっと遠くへ。
Okay, that one it was faster for the most part, but towards the end I messed up a bit. I'll be honest. Okay, so now we're at level 4. Okay, I think I do need to keep Crowned Grace, but I will activate the other one instead. Maybe Glaciation is what I need. Well, anyway, let's check this the fuck out. Alright, time for round 4.
弱点見つけたよ。
いい調子ね。支援プロトコル起動。
逃げも隠れもさせないよ。
侵入成功。
後ろは僕に任せて。
デジタル空間。よっ。視覚ジャミング。はあ。
後ろは僕に。
いい調子ね。雑魚レベルね。偽りを破壊する。支援プロトコル起動。胸。
後ろは僕に任せて。
Oh, I was gonna say, there's no way it's over that fast. Okay, here we go. That's it, fuck me up a lot. I mean, to be fair, this does seem like an interesting boss. It does kind of work differently from going like a slow-paced kind of boss to a very berserker-like boss. So I don't blame it. Let's see if I can do this one of the beat.
真の帰り道を私たちが示してあげる。
後ろは僕に
支援プロトコル起動。栄光よ、愛好の王をつかめ。デジタル空間。はっはっ。リンクカフカ。
後ろは僕に任せて。
権限出し。いい調子ね。雑魚レベルね。偽りを破壊する。
戦の道筋、歩むのは激殺のみ。
いい調子ね。支援。
逃げも隠れもさせないよ。行こう、屍を越えてもっと遠くへ。
Phew! Okay. Yeah, that one I melted to the boss. God damn. But again, that was just level 4. Let me just accept my rewards real quick, because I know these are also technically timed. Alright, time for Beckett. Wait, so what? Get taken down no more than once, have a... That's the same thing! Whatever. Let's do this. Alright, wish me luck on level 5. I feel like it's not gonna be as easy as the others. But to be fair, Wanshi cooking at the start. Like, he's cooking for real. So I have to set this up first. There we go. I just didn't wait for this.
支援プロトコル。
逃げも隠れもさせないよ。弱点見つけたよ。
いい調子ね。
逃げも隠れもさせないよ。
ワームウイルス。権限ダッシュ。デジタル空間。ウイルスプログラムインストール。リンクカフカ。雑魚レベルね。偽りを破壊する。支援プロトコル起動。
後ろは僕に任せて。
不死不滅。
Okay, now we got through the first half. Oh, what are you doing now? Oh god. Nope. Alright, let's
後ろは
start
僕
this.
に任せ
支援プロトコル起動
Oh, here we go. Let's do this. Take our time.
深淵よヒレスがいい
Yes. Oh, we're supposed to. Wait, what the hell?
状
He
況を
freeze like
把
that.
握できてるかな
Go.
支援プロ
Go,
トコル
Wanchi. Go, Wanchi. Go, Wanchi. Go, Wanchi. Be the man.
逃げも隠れもさせないよ
Damn, I'm not doing nearly as much damage as I used to.
まだいける
Okay, come on.
支援プロトコル
I'm not
起
doing
動
nearly as much damage. This is not good. Starting to see why you're saying this. Oh shit, wrong person.
後ろ
デジタル空間
Yeah, I was about to say, I put the wrong person.
権限ダッシュいい調子ね
Heading right off my bat.
ワームウイルス雑魚レベ
Okay,
ル
come
ね
on.
偽りを破壊せ
Yes. Oh, but I can't bring in Nope. Ooh, that was good. Ow. No, you
デ
don't.
ジタル空間権限ダッシュワームいい調子ね
No.
深淵
Missing
先
him.
行
No, I didn't mean to do this. I did not mean to bring in Teddy like that. This was too
いい
early.
調子ね
逃げも隠
Whatever.
れもさせないよ
At least I can end this with Alpha. Nope. Go. Come on, Alpha.
後ろは僕に任せて
Yes. Phew.
悪道をたどり尽くす
That was not too bad.
地獄の奥には
I'm lucky I did not pay for that mistake of accidentally bringing Wanchi back in when I meant to put Teddy. Because that was definitely not what I had in mind. Sweet. Alright, now for the real challenge. Level 5 can be somewhat challenging, but level 6 is where it's all about. I know I don't gain anything, but I mean, come on. I have to. It's for Alpha. We gotta pay the girl respect for being the true OG Lucia, and for being the most badass motherfucking character in this series. I owe it to her.
状況を把握できてるかな
Alright, let's start this process again. Go.
支援プロトコルいい調子ね
Oh
逃
shit.
げも隠れも
I almost
さ
forgot to press
せな
it.
いよ弱点見つけたよ
Go.
支援プロトコルいい調子ね
逃げも隠れもさせないよ
Right now, switch
ウ
Teddy.
イルスプログラムインゾ
Oh shit. Oh, I'm already taking damage. That's not good.
ウイルス権限ダッシュデジタ
Here
ル
we
空
go.
間
1, 2,
リンク
3.
開
Yes.
後ろは僕に任せて
Nice.
花リンクいい調子ね雑魚レ
There
ベ
we
ル
go.
偽りを破壊せ
Money. Switch to Lucia. Right off the
支
bat.
援プロトコル
後ろは僕に任せて
Oh, here we go. Yes, we can do this. Go into overdrive.
最高の王をつかめ
Sick. Oh my god, I got rid of 20 health bars. No. Big. Oh. Ooh, count it again. Oh. Oh my god. No, let me fucking reach her. Damn it. No. Oh, here we go.
後ろは僕に任せて
Okay. Yeah, I needed the assist there. I was taking too long. Okay, here we go. Now I get to do this. Let's go.
後ろは僕に任せ
支援プロトコル
Gonna do this.
起動
Let's do this again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Charge it up.
栄光よ
For the
最
intensity.
高の王をつかめ
Nope. Nope. Nope.
後ろは僕に任せ
支援プロトコル 起動
Oh, that hurt. Here we go.
後ろは僕に
支援プロトコル深淵よフィレフスがいい
Wife carry? I have to. Oh my god. Nope. What are you doing? Don't you dare. Now is not the time.
後ろは僕に任せて
Watch me quick step. Watch me quick step. Watch me quick step. Oh. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the money shot.
愛好の王つかめ
Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. But now the real battle begins. Is it gonna hurt? Ow. I am so lucky I'm somehow timing these right. I don't know how I'm doing. Oh, no! Fuck! Please don't tell me I died. Oh, I did. Yes.
後ろは僕に任せて
Yes.
支援プロ
Yes,
ト
Teddy.
コル
Heal.
起動
Thank you. Thank you, Teddy. Oh. Ooh. Nope. Nope.
後ろは僕に任せて
支援プロトコル
Come on,
起
come
動
on, come on. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again.
栄光よ愛好の王
We're doing this, Alpha. I do this for you. Oh my god, not again. Not another ground pound move. Yes.
後ろは僕に任せて
支援プロトコル
Oh, no. That hurt.
後ろ
Oh, not again. Stop this. You're being childish. Ooh. Ooh. Barely timed that. Nope. Try it
後
again.
ろは僕に任せ
支援プロトコル起動
Come on. No, come on. No, one more time. With
栄
feeling.
光よ愛好の王つかめ
Yes. With feeling, motherfucker.
悪道をたどり尽くす
Let's
そこよ
go.
奥には一人で向か
This is why she's the truest blade of all. Phew. That's what I'm talking about. And I still got my 3 stars. Let's fucking go. Give me my props. Give me my fucking props. I'll admit, it did sound like I was button mashing like crazy, but I'll be honest. When it came to that last one where it's like I had to choose the right colors, I'm like, okay, I can speed through a couple of these, but then I need the time when I hit the right colors. So I actually did have to pay attention for that part. Instead of just spamming like crazy. But it worked. God damn it. I will admit, I was a bit worried when I got hit by that axe a couple times, but we did it. Phew. And with that, the wife has carried the story and the boss battle. I know I had to do this Babylonia content, I know. I actually do want to do this as a stream because I don't know what I do for this. Can anyone tell me what exactly happens in this Babylonia thing? Is it just me connecting with the team, or is it like extra story, or I don't know? Because it's like I want to do it, but it's like if it's interesting, I want to do it as a stream. If not, then I'll just do it on my own time. But yeah, that was a cool boss, cool theme. And again, Alpha, the truest wife, the best waifu in this fucking game. Seriously, she is the best character, no question. And that story didn't tell you that she is the face of PGR. I don't know what will. It's like how they have Yang Yang as like the face for the Wuthering Waves application and whatnot. Yo, y'all better make Alpha the face of Punching Grey Raven. I know you have Lucia as the face for it, because technically it still is, but come on. Let's do Alpha some real justice, okay? She's carrying this game. Not that the other characters are bad. If anything, every character is practically amazing. But let's be honest, if there's one character who stands alone compared to everyone else, it would be Alpha. Alright, so we finished the main story. We got all caught up with it. I got all my stat stuff for Inverse Crown, the weapon, the cub. Now I might just have to work on getting her to double S rank. And I'm almost there. I just need one more shard. And then I'll get her to double S. I think that's the other problem with why I wasn't doing as much damage, because most of my team is already a double S rank minimum. And I guess the problem is because she's just S rank, she doesn't have as much as a carry. Let's see, what happens when I get to this point? It should be the evolution overview. Oh yeah, because she just get available QTEs activating with switching when drawing the blade with casting signature. Oh, okay, I didn't use this either. Damn. Oh, okay, this. While in Abyss form, extra damage bonuses increase by 20%. That's what occurred promoting this game like crazy nowadays. Seriously. Whenever his crown casts 3 ping Silent Night or a fully charged Sonus or Outro, gains 1 stack at Hellish Trial, increasing attack by 5%. Stacks are cleared after casting Signature or exiting the battlefield. After casting fully charged Sonus or Outro, gives a stack at Selfless Heart. When possessing Selfless Heart, casting Signature grants corresponding stacks to Overcharge Heart. After exiting the battlefield, Inverse Crown enters Stampede state. Based on the Overcharge Heart stacks, attacks surrounding enemies every 2 seconds, dealing 2,000 damage to 4,000 ice percent damage. Exit Stampede state after 4 attacks. Oh, I see. Yeah, so that's why I wasn't really getting the damage that I imagined. Because if we look at like when I have a Chu Shukra as my main DPS, if we go here, and what she has is, yeah, the extra damage bonus increased by 25% for 8 seconds during Into the Fray at S3. And immediately gains 1 second Soul Ripple when recasting for the next. The World Barrier 3 stacks of Soul Ripples, and each stack increases the base damage by 45%. Yeah, okay, so that's what the problem. That's what my feeling was, because I'm like, I usually do this a bit quicker, at least the initial stages. That's why. Like, I'm not saying you can't do it with S rank, regardless of what rank she is. Alpha is alpha. Like, she is the alpha, period. But it's like when I was comparing like what she can do compared to like when I use my normal ice team on these bosses, yeah, it would feel different because I don't have her at the same level. I mean, the correspondence with my other teammates with Teddy, Spectre, and with Wanchi Lucid Dreamer, it's still pretty good. Because these guys also kind of carried in some of those fights too. I'm not gonna cap on it. Like, they definitely did a lot of damage, especially in the beginner state. Like, when I was in, like, the first half of those boss battles. So, I definitely understand why it's, like, it feels so different when it's, like, trying to make Alpha the main DPS. Because I just don't have her where I want her to be. Personally, me. Because I want at least double S rank for everybody. Right, and I keep forgetting, my Wanchi Lucid Dreamer's just low because of, the weapon. I don't have his main weapon. I could pull for it, but it's, like, I don't know, I kind of just want to grab the other characters so I can just get the weapon. Oh, by the way, for the free skin that I could get, I did choose this one for the free coding that you get. Because, like, I saw there were other ones, like, for the Celine and whatever, or Selena. But I like this one. This one looked really cool for Velvet. I mean, for, not Velvet, damn it. For Vera. And you can't tell me she doesn't look badass. Like, she looks stunning, and this works for her, so that's why I chose this skin. I didn't choose the skin yet? Nah, fair. I mean, there are a decent number of options. I wish there were some other ones. Like, if I could get, if they had offered, let's say, this skin for Lilith, I would have chosen this one if this was an option, but it isn't, unfortunately. It sucks, I know, but it's fine. Ishmael, I think they did give me a choice for Ishmael. I think it was this one, the Wings of Equilibrium. I think. I just know they did also, like, one of the options was an Ishmael skin. I'm pretty sure. Did they also offer a Bianca one? I think maybe they did. I think it was either this one or I think it was maybe this one. I don't know. I know that were for a couple other characters, but none of them really intrigued me as much as that one. Because also, if I could have chosen another good one I would have picked if it was an option, would be this Lady Chu one. This one, the Sparagon's Triumph, because she looks hot as hell. I'm not even making a pun. Like, look at her. If I could have, if this was an option, I definitely would have picked this 100%. The little one still new. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, if you could have had it if those would have been the options, I would have definitely chose those. Just personally. But yeah, there's no name. Do you know about this Babylonia mode that they have, if it's worth doing? Because, like I said, I feel like I should do it, but I don't know. Because I know this is just like me going around Babylonia, but it's like, is it interesting for me to like do this, like I can appreciate while on stream, or is this something that's like I would just do in like passing from my own like desire, like just off stream? Because like I said, I would do it on stream if it's like it'd be interesting and engaging, but if it's nothing really too significant, then I could kind of just do it for myself personally if I wanted to, because I haven't really made any progress since the beginning of that, so that's why I'm trying to ask before I do it. Because like I could check out from other people, but then I'd be spoiling myself. Alright, let me get this, because I cleared this. Might as well do these pulls now. Damn. I was hoping for those vouchers. No? Seriously? Still didn't get a voucher? No, give me those 3,000 vouchers, bro. I need that. Fine. Is this for the weapon? Ah, damn it, wasn't. What's this for, then? Ah, it's for the fucking research. The one with the new commandants? Yeah. Like that stuff. Like, it's a new mode that they added to the game a couple updates ago, but again, I'm like in the, I'm on the fence as to whether I should do it. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, where you can go to get that. Because like I said, if it's worth it, I'll do it. If not, then I'll just do it on my own off stream. I was like, I want to know if it's worth like taking the time to stream. Because like I said, I probably have to do a lot of stuff before I even get to that point, honestly. But I don't know. I'm kind of like I said, I'm on the fence if it's really necessary. I guess I could do this rapid pursuit stuff, I guess. But I don't know. Just something is like, I don't want to spoil myself on to figure out if it's worth it or not, but at the same time, it's like, I am still very curious of it. We got starting for... This hurts. Seriously, you give me this? God damn it. Y'all suck. Like, that's the one thing I will complain about. We couldn't get one happy ending with Alpha or Lucia, period, for this. Like, come on, they deserve something. They always go through suffering throughout this entire series. I think that one is not that long. Oh, okay. But it's like, overall, like, the Babylonia mode, is it interesting enough to do? Or just something that's like, I can just do on my own? Because I don't really go on that Babylonia mode. Because, like I said, it's like, I don't know if it's worth doing. But... Anyway, like I said, we have finally done it. We have finally caught up, once again, on this amazing chapter of Punishing Grey Raven. And like I said, in my opinion, the best chapter, period. Story writing, the battle, the emotions, everything about it was amazing. Practically perfect. The length, like I said, to a normal person, it would probably seem very long, especially since you have to read it. But like I said, when you take the time, like I am at least, trying to put like at least 3 to 5 hours of a stream for this, because I know it's that kind of game, and I know the writing is great for it, you really enjoy what you're going through. And it seriously feels like an entire person's adventure that you're going through. And once again, Alpha is the queen of PGR, regardless. All bow to the master, the uncrowned king, the inverse crown, Lucia. She is the greatest of all time, and no one can tell me otherwise. But now we'll just have to wait for the next update. But now that I'm free to do more stuff, because I'm caught up in Honkai Star Rail, I'm caught up in this. She's now the goddess. Nah, yeah, she could probably be a goddess, honestly. So yeah, caught up in Wuthering Waves, caught up in PGR, caught up in Star Rail. I think now I should be able to start planning to do Witch of the Holy Night. Because like I said, I want to do that before I get into Tsukihime Remake. just to like have a bit of an idea of that universe. And like whenever I can do Tsukihime Remake, whether they put it on PC first or I get a capture card first, we'll see which one happens. But it's like I still want to get to know it before it's like they make the movie or the anime of Witch of the Holy Night that they announced a while back. I don't know when it's gonna appear. I don't know if like 2027 or 2028 or whatever, but just having that teased enough is like, damn, now I need to catch up on this now before I get spoiled. Because I'd probably go see that movie anyway. So, yeah. Have to figure that out, but... Whew. Like I said, very awesome. They've been doing a real good job with these stories for a couple of these gachas. Because, like I said, Wuthering Waves, the Cyberpunk Edrunner collab was really great. But this one, god damn, like, it deserves triple S rank. At the lowest grade you could put it, it's S tier, this chapter. And that's just the lowest you should give it. But it's triple S this chapter. Seriously, what the hell were they cooking? This was amazing. The story, it was worth it. And like I said, you could feel all sorts of emotions with this shit. But yeah, now it's time to close the book for now. Because now we have to wait for the next thing to happen. But will it be main story or will it be a floating record? I'm guessing this Helentine person is potentially the next character. I didn't check, but... I mean, to be fair, I guess I could always check the PGR website and see, like, what characters they're already cooking up. I probably will anyway, but... Yeah, it's like... Now we're seeing a lot more people getting into motion again, right? And with Lucia, or Alpha, being an overseer of her own brand, she truly has ascended to the realm of godhood. I think that's already established now. And again, like I said, I love how the whole thing with, once again, they make sure that the Commandant and Lucia both do need to be highlighted in the story because they do play a special role in this. But again, it's not too much that it overshadows the main character of the chapter, being Alpha Lucia. Like, that's the thing. A lot of stories, they have trouble balancing it. Whether it's like, they try to give everyone too much action, but it's like, in the end, the protagonist is the one that stands out. Or they give the other ones too little of a role to just focus on just the one character. And you can see that whether it's like from TV shows or cartoons or animes or other gacha games, but like I said, when it comes to the writing with PGR, they also know like how to do this for like multiple chapters and a majority of their chapters, where you have all these other characters, you have a lot of these other amazing side characters or supporting cast, but it still doesn't take away from it being the highlighted person's journey from their chapter. And again, I think that's some of the small things you have to appreciate about it. And it really worked well, especially in this Alpha's case. But again, still a lot of questions we don't have answered. But that's what always happens, right? The more we learn stuff, the more questions we have, right? Because, again, it's like, now we learned that Dominic planned for this, but why did he plan for it, right? Just how much did he know about the future? Is it that he actually did also gain memories from other futures like Lucia did when in the Void? Or did he have another means? Was it the Ascension Network? Who the fuck knows? And we still haven't seen this man Dominic, even though he's been mentioned and we've heard him, or I guess read his lines, in a good number of these chapters. So it's like, what's going on with that? And again, Vonnegut supposedly needing to make his move, I think. Or maybe that's the Vonnegut of another time in another world. Maybe that was supposed to be it. Like, it's like this is where they kind of intersected, because the Void is kind of like an exception to the rules of time and space and the fabric of time. I don't know. But either way, got a whole new mystery to figure out, but still. All hail Alpha, our queen, our goddess. Yeah, amazing chapter nonetheless. So anyway, let me give a huge shout out for everyone who showed up to the stream for tonight. So shout out to Divine Wing, Old Sierra, and There's No Nim for all showing up to the stream. It was great chatting with you all. Like I said, who do you spend the Phantom Pain currency? I did for Alpha. Because I'm almost at rank, or I'm almost ready to double S ranker. Because the thing is, I haven't been grinding on this game for too long. So I had very scarce materials to work with, so I've been doing this week's stuff so then I can get the stuff I need to make up for it, and I did that for last week too, so that's why she's at least at rank 9. And why I did so many single pulls just to catch up to get the Cub Aloes. But yeah. But like I said, for tomorrow, I'm still not sure if I want to go to I'm still not sure if I'm just gonna continue with Tales of Berseria Remastered right away, or if I want to start Final Fantasy VII. Because like I said, I'm most likely not gonna be streaming Sunday. Most likely. I can't guarantee it, but most likely I'm not. I think they did give some PP currency to complete her the West Ring. Yeah, they definitely did. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out, how I'm gonna do this, because like I said, I need to change my schedule a bit because of now my new work days and everything, and when will I put Final Fantasy, and when will I finally start Witch of the Holy Night? That stuff I'm still gonna have to figure out, but I'll definitely try to have it done. I'll try to work it throughout the course of tomorrow, because like I said, I still need to figure out what exactly I'm streaming tomorrow, because I know it should be obvious that I do Tales of Berseria Remastered, because it's on the freaking schedule. But like I said, I also kind of want to start on Final Fantasy, but then again, it's like, it's only a week difference, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, because like I said, I still have to do that whole Yuffie side story thing in Final Fantasy Remake before we start Rebirth, so then we can catch up before Revelations, but like I said, that's something I'll have to figure out on my side. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the stream and already found the channel, please make sure to leave a follow. Much appreciated. Check out my YouTube channel where I post all the VODs, subscribe to it as well. Join the Discord, you guys not already. Links to all those are on the channel. And once again, all hail Alpha. But anyway, this has been Xantos Vice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time. We're out.
よくまあ無防備に近づくわね。いいよ。ちょうどペットが欲しいと思っていたの。ほう。いいリアクションね。私がジョークを言うとでも？